All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Decoding with Cody. Let me...
Cody?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Sorry, guys, we're having a technical difficulty. Can you guys in the chat hear me? Can the people in the chat hear me? Okay, do you hear Adam? Okay, so apparently Adam doesn't hear me in my StreamYard. Hey, Adam, do you hear me in the StreamYard? So Adam can't hear me for some reason. I have no idea why. I had to go live because I was in the StreamYard trying to talk to him, but he couldn't hear me for some reason. I didn't know how else to get his attention. I think he's going to leave and come back. We'll see if he comes back here. There he is. Hold on. Sorry, guys, for the technical difficulty.
Can you hear me, Cody?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Right, yes. Now I can hear you. We're all good. Everything
Okay,
good.
so yeah. So what happened was I was here for like already 10 minutes trying to talk to you, but for some reason you weren't hearing me. So you didn't even know I was talking to you.
No idea.
Yeah, so that was weird. I have no idea. So that's why I had to go live before. I was going to talk to you before we went live, but I had to go live so I could get everyone's attention, so I could get your attention. But
well, we're here now. Let's knock it out of the park, brother. God bless you.
Yeah. Sorry, let me. All right. So yeah. Seems like everyone. So can everyone in the chat hear Adam now? Let me just make sure of that. Yeah. Joseph says we can hear Adam too. Okay. Good.
All right, perfect.
All right. So anyway, this is kind of spontaneous, and I feel very blessed to once again have Adam the Illusion on here tonight. And he was live on his channel, decoding the WWE, which we both have in common. And I stopped in and thought I would invite him on the stream tonight because I was thinking about doing a WWE decode as well. So make sure you guys go over to his stream that he already posted. Which one was it?
It's just the one below yours that we're doing now. If you go up, it's the Zelina one, the Georgia.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the stream that he was just doing. So make sure you guys go over there and show him some love on this stream. He was just live there, but now he's going to come over and we're going to do a collab. So this should be fun. We're going to kind of go off the cuff here. And so yeah, Adam, you can introduce yourself. Most people already know you, but you can introduce yourself and tell us what you're thinking.
Appreciate it. So obviously I'm the Illusion. I've been coding now for 5 years and coded a range of things, but the code ultimately led me to the Word of God. And basically now through the code, I try to shine light on darkness. And I've been coding wrestling for 5 years. So I grew up huge wrestling fan, just like you, Cody. I'd go watch the pay-per-views and just a huge fan of it, especially like in the early 2000s. But I started to reveal just how demonic, satanic, and biblical wrestling is. And it's something that I really enjoy the code because it's so revealing. And right now, like since I obviously preach about Jesus now, I can't grow my channel. So if any of you guys are looking for spiritual truth, but you're also invested in the numbers and the code and the reality that we're living in, I think my channel is definitely worth subscribing to. But today with you, Cody, we're going to break down WWE. We're going to go from lots of different angles. I had a little look into Night of Champions, which was on Elon Musk's 54th birthday. I looked into that. I saw Cody won the King of the Ring against Randy Orton. And they have that friendship, that connection. And I know that Randy's birth is 4-1, isn't it? He's got the 4-1 birthday, just like Logan Paul. And the Night of Champions was it took place, was it the 179th day of the year, the 41st prime?
Yes. Yep.
And we just had WrestleMania 41.
Right.
And the 41 is so relevant for me, not just because of Kobe. We know Kobe Bryant equals 41. He died at age 41, taken out of his last game with 4.1 seconds left on the clock. But Kobe does connect to this because Kobe Bryant's the Black Mamba and Randy Orton's the Viper. So they have the snake connection. It's the year of the snake, Satan the snake from the Bible. But the 41, I'll just quickly break this down. This is why I believe the 41 is so significant. We know Leo Messi won the World Cup in the Middle East. That began with 41 days left in the year, Joe Biden's birthday. But when it comes to 41, it signifies a new beginning, hope, and overcoming obstacles. And there's been a new beginning, isn't there, with WWE since they sold WWE to TKO. And in the 41 in the Bible, so with the flood, the days of Noah, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. So the rain stopped on the 41st day, which marked the end of the flood. Now you have Moses and the Israelites. So Moses, he spent 40 years in the desert after fleeing Egypt. On the 41st year, God called him to lead Israel out of slavery. And then you have David and Goliath. David faced Goliath. You get a lot of these David and Goliath, don't you, in wrestling, like Rey Mysterio against the Big Show. But David faced Goliath after the Philistine giant had taunted the Israelites for 40 days. On the 41st day, David slew Goliath. Jesus was tempted by Satan 40 days and 40 nights. On the 41st day, he began his public ministry. The Israelites entered the promised land, but they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. In the 41st year, they entered the promised land. So I want to show you through the gifts that are being given from God that these numbers all come back to the Bible. And the 41, for me, represents everything that I've just given you.
We have 41 in the chat right now.
You see, this is what I mean. These organic connections, which are just quite incredible, blow me away.
It's crazy to me because normally by this time I have way more. So it just shows you once again, YouTube is probably altering the numbers.
Mate, I honestly think I'm one of the most shadow banned people on the whole of YouTube for the work that I do. And I'm not exaggerating it. So I've been on 12.9 thousand for 4 months, right? Although I get email every day from different people saying that they've come across my channel. But I think can you bring up Revelation 12:9 on your screen, and you'll see why I'm staying on 12.9 for 4 months, pretty much nearly the whole of 2025.
Let me bring that up here.
Yeah. It's because of this. I'm telling you, everything just connects to the Bible with me. Everything that I do day to day, including YouTube. So yeah, I know you get a lot of people in your streams. It's awesome. A lot of likes, a lot of views, amazing comments. I get like 2 comments at the end of my video. I have about 5 people in my chat, even though I have more subs than you. And I have 16,000 on Twitter. It makes no sense. So the Revelation 12:9, but I mean as in the Bible verse. If you type in the Bible verse, you'll see why. If you go on a new tab with the Bible verse, you'll see why I'm staying on 12.9.
Oh, not the verse itself, but...
Yeah, if you actually type in Revelation 12:9 as in the Bible verse, the King James Version, you'll see that number. And that's why I can't come off it during the year of the snake. And obviously the year of the snake began on 129, like 12:9. God bless all of you in the chat watching this. Some of you who don't know me, God bless you. Please check out my channel. There's probably about 6, 7, 8, 9,000 of your people that are not subscribed to me. And there's probably about 9,000 of mine not subscribed to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's amazing because we do such similar work, yet we have different followings. So the Revelation 12:9, it says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So I keep staying on 12.9, and the year of the snake began on 129.
Yeah. Wow.
I think that's why I'm staying on it. Like I stayed on 12.6 forever, and you know all about the beast reigning for 1,260 prophetic days, and Kobe dying on 126. My first video about him, I couldn't come off that. But anyways, let's talk about this Night of Champions. If you want to start off, I'll be able to add to it. Maybe you've looked more into it than me, but the Cody Rhodes getting the King of the Ring in connection with like Revelation 9:11, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue have his name Apollyon. Do you want to go into that a little bit, if you know anything?
Yeah. So the whole reason I wanted to do a decode today about this, and I had a busy day today and didn't get a chance to really like put anything together, but the main reason is the whole king stuff. And I did a video about this, and it's funny you just mentioned that. I'm going to try to bring up my slide of this.
Your slides, by the way, are absolutely incredible, Cody. The way you present your work is next level.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
It's a lot of work. I hope people appreciate how much work it is to do that, to put that together.
To be honest, lately I've been kind of lazy because it is a lot of work, and I've been like,
it is a lot of work.
You know, it's been really hard for me lately to get the motivation to build a lot of slides. So again, lately I've noticed, you know, my views and subs and likes are down. I think probably because I'm not putting as much effort into my streams anymore. But to be honest with you guys, I really can't continue this. I have to take breaks from building slides sometimes because it gets it gets overwhelming after I've been doing it for so long.
The work itself can get overwhelming because you can see things that 99% of the world can't see, and you make these revelations and you want to share them with everybody, right? And you're really excited to share it, and you're like, wow. And then, like you said, you'll see like 50 likes, 200 people watching, and it's like, I know it's a lie because Satan's the father of lies, but it does hit you, doesn't it? It's not necessarily your ego. It's just, you're really excited to put out the work. You put in hours of work, and then you see the same people in the chat who you appreciate and care for. Don't see any new people unless they're bots. And you're like, there is a lot of truth being suppressed right now, but ultimately the truth's already secured the victory on the cross. So go for it, brother. Let's break this down with the no kings, because that's interesting with Trump and Napoleon and all of that.
Yeah, so most of you guys will remember my decode from 2 weeks ago when Trump was, you know, all the protests were going on, and the protests were scheduled for Trump's birthday, his 79th birthday.
Yeah.
And again, just to go back to the 79th birthday, remember 79 is the 22nd prime, king equals 22 in gematria.
And do you know that? Do you know Israel was attacked by Hamas exactly 22 weeks after King Charles was coronated?
I did know that, but I completely forgot. So that's a great addition. That's a perfect addition because this also ties to King Charles, which we can touch on too. But
yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's perfect because the 22 is, you know, a big part of this, you know, and the 79 to 22 connection, you know, and so with Trump turning 79, they just had to have this ritual with the no kings, right? And I also think I showed that this no kings day was exactly 1018 days after King Charles became king, I believe. And 1018, of course, is Lucifer falling in Luke 10:18, right?
Yeah. Heaven like a lightning bolt.
And in Revelation 9:11, it mentions the king over them. And I mentioned this in this. I did a decode on this. This is from 2 weeks ago, this slide. And I said, you know, the whole entire chapter of Revelation 9:11 says, and they had a king over them. And of course, his name is Abaddon, Abaddon. And most people know that, but you know, the entire verse of that chapter equals 614, which is of course the date that they had this no king's day on.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of what this leads into, because now 2 weeks later, you have Cody Rhodes, and let me just go out and show you guys, last night on Elon Musk's birthday, as you mentioned, and Elon Musk and Trump, of course, hugely connected. And
usually
on Elon Musk's birthday, Cody Rhodes becomes the king of the ring in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, the kingdom. Yeah.
And guess what the name of the stadium is that he won it in? The Kingdom Arena.
The Kingdom Arena. Wow.
I mean, come on now. And what is the theme song of Cody Rhodes?
It's got the go on.
Let me just pull that up so people can see it. Cody Rhodes' theme song is called Kingdom.
Yeah.
So you don't even need numbers to see the absolute in your face ritual here. I mean, the guy whose nickname or his song is Kingdom wins the King of the Ring in the stadium called Kingdom Arena in the country called in the Kingdom of Saudi. It's so layered.
And the guy overseeing WWE right now is the King of Kings, Triple H, as well.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Cody had a feud with him, didn't he? With the sledgehammer. He had the feud with the King of Kings, Triple H.
Yeah. We gotta pull that out so people can see that too.
Yeah, show them that. Show them
smashes
that.
The throne.
It was basically smashing down Jesus Christ. Like the blasphemy is what they were doing.
So you guys can see, again, I can't play the video, but you guys can see this happened years ago. This happened after Cody Rhodes had left WWE, and he kind of threw a shot at Triple H, who is a wrestler who runs WWE right now, and he's known as Adam mentioned, the King of Kings. Well, this is the symbol of Triple H right here, and in AEW, which is of course the promotion that Cody Rhodes helped start, he smashed the throne of the King of Kings. Okay. And it's just so crazy how layered this is over multiple. And don't forget, this happened on Roman Reigns' birthday, this event. So, and who did Cody Rhodes beat to become the champion last year? It was Roman Reigns. So
Roman Reigns,
it's just so layered. And one more event before I'll let you add on to this, Adam. Not only did Cody Rhodes just win the crown yesterday, the King of the Ring crown, he also last year in the same country, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, he became the first ever crown jewel champion.
Yeah.
So think about this and look at the logo of this event. It's a crown. It's all about kingdoms and crowns. So Cody Rhodes became, and here's kind of the numerical riddle, I think. And this just took me like a few minutes to see. I don't have this all figured out yet, and I'm sure Adam can add to this. But from the day that Cody Rhodes won the crown jewel on November 2nd, and this was just 3 days before Trump won the election. Don't forget that. So this is on November 2nd, 2024 to yesterday, when he won the King of the Ring. It was a span of 239 days.
Wow.
And the reason that's interesting is because 239 is the 52nd prime, and crown jewel actually equals 52. And I measured from when he won the crown jewel. Let me bring that up. Crown jewel equals 52. And again, 239 days between the two events, the 52nd prime. But what's also interesting is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, if you look it up, became the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia when a king, and I don't know how to say his name, Abdul Aziz bin Abdul Rahman Al Saud.
Yeah.
He established this country as the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on 23/9 in 1932. So think about that. The amount of days between Cody Rhodes' two king events in Saudi Arabia is 239, and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was established by a king on the date 23/9.
And you got another thing here as well, in connection to Saudi Arabia and 9/11, is the fact that Osama bin Laden was born in Saudi Arabia and he died on 5/2.
Ah, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, he was born in Riyadh. That's where that event took place, Riyadh.
Yeah, wow.
And then just absolutely crazy stuff. But with that, and remember, Tom Brady made his NFL debut as a starter of the year at 9/11 on 23-9.
Right.
Number 12 days after 9/11. Kobe's NBA Finals record is 5-2. It's
and also that's that 239 code that often comes up every year. There's a bunch of riddlers and decoders that say that something's going to happen on September 23rd every year. And a lot of movies have encoded that 239 code in the movies.
Yeah,
so,
no, absolutely. There's definitely 23 is the 9th prime, isn't it?
Right.
As well,
right.
which is 3 times 3. But
yeah,
when Cody won that title or that match, it was against Gunther, wasn't it? The Austrian.
Yep.
And his birth is 8/20, and Flight 77 was hijacked at 8/20. He was born in Austria, where Hitler was born. And didn't WrestleMania 41 conclude on Hitler's birthday, didn't it?
Yep. It's crazy how that all comes back together too, because then you're talking about how Trump is often compared with, well, more than ever, he's being compared with Adolf, right?
Yeah, he has been for a while, but now more than ever because of what he did to Iran.
And Triple H, Triple H also equals 88 like Trump, right? And he's obviously running the whole show right now in WWE. And another
Triple H is 888 with the HHH.
Right. And another interesting fact there is from Cody Rhodes winning the crown jewel to his King of the Ring, it was 7 months, 27 days. Well, that's the birthday of the King of Kings, Triple H.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's got that July 27th. Or 27-7, which is the 59th prime. Like the Eagles just won Super Bowl 59.
And we can't forget to mention that when Cody won the King of the Ring last night, it was on 79 date numerology, which is the 22nd prime, and the 179th day of the year, which is the 41st prime. And King equals 41 and 22. So
Kings have a golden crown, don't they? And the atomic number for gold is 79. Trump's talking about the golden age.
Exactly. So that's also, just to go back to this Donald Trump thing. So it was 14 days, right? Trump's birthday is 14 days before Elon's. And King Charles was born on the 14th day of the month. Donald Trump was born on the 14th day of the month. Mm-hmm. Our new Pope Leo, and Leo is the sun, which is often considered the crown, the in astrology. Well, he's born on the 14th of the month. And so Paris
Saint-Germain just won the Champions League final in Germany, and the man of the match was number 14.
Yeah. That 14 has been so big, really, like.
I think I know why. I think I know what it is. Well, I know World War I began 28/7, didn't it? And 287 has that direct connection with 14 because 287 is the 14th pentagonal number. But I think all these 14s that we're seeing is all about Revelation 14. So Revelation 14 in the Bible, I recommend you all read this. It's the final book of the Bible, the 66th book. Revelation 14, so we're all seeing that number, presents a vision of hope and judgment, highlighting both the faithfulness of God's people and the consequences of rejecting him. So this chapter centers around the Lamb, which is Jesus, and the 144,000, emphasizing their victory over evil and the proclamation of the eternal gospel to all people. And it also depicts the judgment of those who worship the beast. So I think that's what the 14 is. It's basically the return of Jesus, mate.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
And one of the oldest ciphers, which I always talk about, which is the old Chaldean cipher, which has been used for a long time. And this cipher is very important in my opinion. But in this cipher, 14 is very big because in this cipher, the word God equals 14.
Wow.
And the word Satan equals 14.
And 14 is 7 plus 7, and 77 is the age that Trump ran to be president.
Right. And that's, we know Trump is hugely connected with the 77s.
And the 7 trumpets, the
Right.
7 seals. Yeah. 7's really big. Did you see how Ronaldo CR7? Trump just got a signed Ronaldo jersey who wears number 7.
Oh, really? And doesn't Ronaldo play in Saudi Arabia now?
Yep.
Well,
When he went
that
out
makes
there, they gave him a sword. Like they gave him a sword,
huh.
which is which is deep because Jesus returns on a sword on a white horse with fire in his eyes and a sword as the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So they gave Ronaldo like Cristiano. His birthday, by the way, is that 2-5, and the beast of Revelation takes out 25% of the earth through the 4 horsemen. That's why 9/11 was on the 254th day of the year, the 25-4.
And here's the other question. We do have to question this, right? What is going on with Saudi Arabia? Because you got Cristiano Ronaldo going there, playing. You have Cody Rhodes obviously being a symbol of Saudi Arabia, which I still haven't fully understood in his history why he would be so connected to Saudi Arabia. There is something that I found out about him that could connect to that.
Well, I know that Cody's born 181st day of the year, yeah?
That's right, yep.
That's the 42nd prime number. And the beast of Revelation reigns for 42 months. I showed you how Trump was born exactly 42 weeks after Vince McMahon. Mm-hmm. And Albert Pike predicted 3 world wars, and he died on 4/2. I think Cody just won the King of the Ring a span of 3 days before his birthday. And then you said that he won that event in Saudi Arabia 3 days before the election, did you say?
Right, yeah.
And that was yeah, on 11/2. And when you read Revelation 11:2, you get the 42. It says, but the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given to the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 months, brother. That's Revelation 11:2. So Cody has this 42 connection, which is incredibly profound, and there's 42 generations of Jesus Christ in his genealogy. And Messi just won the World Cup in the Middle East, in Qatar. They won the shootout 4-2. Leo, the lion. Messi means messenger or Messiah. So Cody's got the father and the son with Dusty Rhodes, and Adam was created from dust. And then he has his brother, which reminds me of the whole Cain and Abel story, betraying the brother in some of the matches they've had. So it's really deep. Like Cody has a lot of these. His finishing moves, the crossroads, and that is really biblical as well. Like the name of that, when we're at a crossroads where we have to choose, are we going to choose the world or the word? Are we going to choose Christ or ultimately the devil? It's a different path. Are we going to choose the path of destruction or the narrow path? That's what it means to be at a crossroads. It's like it highlights the human experience of free will, and then the responsibility that comes with making choices. So I think the beast may rise out of the Middle East, which is why so much is going on with Saudi Arabia.
I mean, think about it. Iran equals 42, right?
Yeah.
And I was pointing out well before this. I know you've been pointing out stuff for well before I was talking about stuff, but I latched on to this riddle like 2 months ago, and I was looking for like June 11th through June. So because you guys know I've been experimenting with measuring in the planet's dates, right? Basically measuring in a Mercury year, which is 88 days, or measuring in a for instance, the god of war, right, is Mars, and a Mars year is 687 days. So what I was looking at for this time being such a big time was that Trump was going to turn exactly 42 Martian years, like the war god, on June 11th through the 13th, somewhere in there, because it can go multiple days. But we actually found out that the day he actually turned officially, if you actually do the calculation correctly, he turned 42 Martian years on the day that Israel attacked Iran. And remember, Iran equals 42. So what is the odds of that? And I think people were kind of doubting me for a while, experimenting. Again, what can we do with this stuff? We can only experiment with it and see
Yeah,
if
we
it's
don't know
relevant.
everything. Only God does.
But I think I've proved that the Martian years are relevant. And again, what's the chances that Iran was attacked on Trump's 42nd Martian birthday, which was one day before his Earth birthday, right? June 14th. And so
it was on 21/6. You're talking about that day, yeah? When Iran was attacked by Trump, or are you talking about when Israel attacked Iran? Which date?
I'm talking about the when it originally started on when Israel attacked Iran on June 13th, one day before Trump's birthday.
Got it. And so, eight days before USA bombed Iran.
Right.
And Trump's first day in office, 47th president, exactly 8 years after his first day as the 45th. Eight's about new beginnings. That's why God saved 8 people when he flooded the earth. But that's the Martian years, and Trump says we're going to Mars, and Mars, the god of war, basically saying we're going to war.
That's exactly why. And that's the thing. I was talking about how important the Martian years were before all this stuff happened. And then what happened like days before this? You had Trump and Elon get in a fight, and Elon is the Mars guy, and fighting is about Mars. So it all played out perfectly, really. And
that's
again,
incredible.
I think I should get hundreds of thousands of views for discovering something that no one's ever tried before. And a big shout out to Derek from Gematria and Casey Jones Astrology, who have pushed for us measuring with the planets. And again, it doesn't mean I believe in a flat or a globe Earth. It doesn't matter. The point is they give us these numbers for a reason, right, Adam? They code numbers for a reason. Why are they giving the planet Mars a 687-day year? Well, it's because it's obviously going to be part of a code. So with everything that happened around that Martian birthday for Trump, I don't see how anyone can deny that is exactly what was a big part of it. Now, there's other things in play here too, but the Martian year was so big. And I think we're going to see a lot of stuff go down while Trump is in his 42nd Martian year. And that will last, of course, for another 687 days. So he will still be president when his 42nd Martian year ends. Which is interesting about that is when he turns 43 Martian years, that's the 14th prime. We were just talking about the number 14.
Yeah.
So I'll need to look in more to see when he'll turn 43 Martian years. But the point is, that was a big part of this. And I think that, what you were talking about, going back to the 42 and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and going back to Iran, which equals 42.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the war narrative doesn't have something to do with something going down in Saudi Arabia. Or is that what this is all kind of pointing to? I don't know, but it is possible.
Saudi Arabia is really close to nations like Palestine, you know what I mean? And Jordan, which is where Jesus was baptized. It's funny, you got Michael Jordan, Archangel Michael defeated Lucifer, and Jesus was baptized in the River Jordan. So, you can just, in the Bible, Arabia is like a large geographic region, south and east of Palestine. So that is like modern day Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and other areas. So remember, like during the day of Christ, a lot of these nations were not nations. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They were all made up, like basically was south and east of Palestine. So with Arabia, I haven't got to the bottom of it yet, exactly what is going on, but I think some people believe Mount Sinai is in the Saudi Arabia location.
Okay.
So we obviously know all about Mount Sinai in the Bible. But I think Saudi Arabia, there's a lot of oil there. There's a lot of money there. But are they going to attack Israel? I think so. Because Mount Sinai is ultimately, it's the mountain where Moses received the 10 Commandments, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
And Moses died at 120 years old. Noah preached 120 years. And Trump's first day in office was 120, wasn't it?
Right.
And Church of Satan was founded 120th day of the year. So it may connect to Mount Sinai with Saudi Arabia, because I think what we're seeing now, the world is going to try and get us to live by the law, because Jesus' blood cleanses our sins. We don't have to follow the law to be saved anymore. But I think they're going to try and push like living by the law going forwards. And I think with Saudi Arabia, they're going to bring this one world religion, aren't they? This is what it's all building up towards: a one world religion, a one world government, one world mindset, one world economy. And I think that's another thing as well, like, because the Antichrist is going to bring all the nations together to worship him. So you're seeing a lot of like Americans, or like WWE, boxing, or the World Cup going to the Middle East now. I think they're trying to westernize the Middle East.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. But then on the other way, you're getting a lot of the Muslims taking over Europe. So it's all like in reverse right now, everything.
Did you see how crazy these Saudi Arabia fans were going for? They were singing at the top of their lungs the Viper song. They were screaming at the top of their lungs, "I hear voices. I see heroes
I hear
dying."
voices in my head. Yeah. And then you've got CM Punk, who had the match with Cena, and he's the voice of the voiceless. So the voice is in my head.
Apologize. CM Punk, in order to come back to Saudi Arabia, CM Punk had to apologize because he had this controversial tweet years ago about the Saudi Arabia or something. And in order for him to come back, he had to apologize to all the fans. So he did it on stage in front, but on the pre-show before the Night of Champions. He apologized. And guess who the one guy he reached in the crowd and he apologized to? It was a guy named Muhammad. And he reached in the crowd. He said, "What's your name, friend," or whatever? And he reached in the crowd and he said, the guy said, "My name is Muhammad, of course." And he said, "Well, Muhammad, I apologize to you, and I apologize to all of Saudi Arabia." So it was just like, okay, well.
Basically what's going to happen, brother. So, like me, and you, reborn believers in Jesus Christ, we are going to call out false prophets. It tells us to shine light in the darkness, to rebuke the false prophets and false religions and false doctrine. So if somebody like me going forward, like, calls out Islam, all right, calls out Muhammad, calls out the Quran as being false doctrine, I'll get arrested. That will be hate speech for simply like revealing it to be false doctrine.
Right.
So you're not going to be able to say anything. And that's the whole like Big Brother, the 1984 George Orwell, where you won't be able to say anything that goes against Big Brother ultimately. So Satan knows during the end of days that the saints, the true believers, are going to be willing to die for Christ. All right. And there'll be many others that claim to be believers who are not, who are going to surrender to the beast system. So him apologizing to Saudi Arabia and to Muhammad, obviously, who was the prophet in the Quran, is all by design. It's all by design. And WWE, they signed the 10-year deal, didn't they, with Saudi Arabia for like Satan gets you 10. They had to do a 10-year deal with them. So, yeah, John Cena right now, we've discussed this with Revelation 17, haven't we? 17th championship. Revelation 17 is the fall of Babylon. And he's got that, what the last time is now. Like that, when you see what we see, Cody, how sinister is it? When you see John Cena with the same initials as Jesus Christ, saying the last time is now, and he has this heel turn, because he's got 17 championships. And in Revelation 17, it portrays a symbolic vision of a great prostitute identified as Babylon, who embodies spiritual adultery with the kings of the earth. Right? So basically, Revelation 17 is the collapse of these seductive religious systems. Like the New Age, that is a seductive religious system. Or the people saying we're all going to go to heaven, that's very seductive. Or we're all our own gods. So remember with the beast, the Antichrist, with its 7 heads and 10 horns, it symbolizes the Antichrist and his alliance with 10 kings, which could be nations or world leaders. So, yeah, it's Revelation 17, divine judgment. Cena has to have 17 world titles. And the year of what? Super Bowl 59, the 17th prime. And the Eagles won the championship in the Stadium of the Saints. And the persecution of the saints is the 5th seal. And in the Bible, eagles symbolize attributes associated with God, like strength and swiftness and divine protection. So the eagle's heavily connected to God. And that's why USA made the bald eagle its national bird on Christmas Eve last year. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful at the same time sinister. So, and remember, what are eagles, brother? Eagles are considered the kings of the sky. So it's fly, eagles, fly. They're considered the kings of the sky.
Yeah.
And that connects to the FA Cup, the Eagles.
Yeah, that connects to Jupiter, the king of the gods, who has an eagle as a symbol. So
yeah, and the US flag often, you see the eagle. The Mexico flag is an eagle eating a snake. Yeah, it's the Nazi symbol's an eagle, isn't it? For war.
Yep.
So it's kind of.
And just to bounce off what you were saying about the JC, John Cena, and let's go back to this part. Last night, who won the Queen of the Ring?
You'll have to tell me.
Jade Cargill, JC.
No way.
Yeah.
That's the one that's like built like a dude.
Yeah, you can. I got it up on my screen right here. I don't know if you can see my screen, but she was dressed in all white, looking like the storm god Jupiter. Okay, so clearly, also the way she was dressed reminds you of the X-Men Storm from the X-Men.
Oh, and Sun said the calm before the storm, didn't he?
Right. This all connects to the calm before the storm, because what you had last night was you had Cody Rhodes winning the king, and you had the storm winning the queen, right? So is this another signal that the storm is coming, right? Because what does they before Jade Cargill enters the ring, she says the storm is coming. And last night she had contacts in that looked like she was like a demon possessed. If you look at her eyes yesterday, and look at the person she was fighting.
Who was it?
So, look at Asuka, and look how this woman is dressed. I mean, this is
Japan.
Yeah, but she comes out wearing like
my word.
You know.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now on my phone. And do you know who Jade Cargill turned on or like absolutely annihilated? Was Trinity, which is like the Holy Trinity, didn't she?
Yeah.
She came. When was it? When they were in a cage, and she came in and destroyed Trinity, which connects to the Bible.
Yep, that was the same night John Cena won the opportunity to fight Cody Rhodes for WrestleMania. That was in Elimination Chamber, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Elimination Chamber, yeah. And that Jade Cargill's born 6'3", and Revelation 6'3", it says, and when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." The second seal is the red horse, which is symbolizing war, but it's symbolizing war. So it says, and when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see."
So look at this. Well, you just mentioned that she's born on 6'3". Revelation 6'3 says in the second seal, which is the war. Well, Cody Rhodes is born on 6:30. They both have the 6'3".
Yeah. And 6 times 3 is 18, which is 6 + 6 + 6.
And look at the gematria of Revelation 6:3. It equals 1130 in reverse. Well, whose birthday is 1130? That's Trinity, the girl you just mentioned.
Yeah, and isn't 1130 also the date that George Bush Sr. died?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And he gave his New World Order speech exactly 11 years before 9/11. when his
Oh,
son.
someone in the chat mentioned something right now that's pretty good. Obama's 63 right now.
Obama's 63.
So you have both the champions last night were 6'3", right? The 630 birthday and the 6'3" birthday. So that means they're 17 days apart.
Which goes back to Cena.
Oh, no, sorry, no, I'm wrong. It's 27, right? I don't know what I'm thinking. 27 days apart.
Okay.
But
bro, can I just show you something that might blow you away? Can you bring up the Thunder Game 7 when they beat the Pacers? Because I coded the Thunder to win the NBA Finals like 10 months ago, and they did it. But bring up Game 7 of the NBA Finals. I'll just type in. Susan's saying Jade Cargill's 33. Of course.
Yeah. Like this right here? Is that what you want me to
Yeah. See, the Thunder won it, and they won with 103 points.
Yeah.
They won Game 7. Guys, all of you in the chat, you're going to be blown away by this. Type in, as a verse, Revelation 10:3. And remember, God's voice is like thunder. I coded it 10 months ago. Type in Revelation 10:3, and you'll see why the Thunder won Game 7 with 103 points. You'll be blocked, Cody. This will even blow you away. Revelation 10:3. And you'll see why the Thunder won Game 7 with 103 points.
Revelation 10:3. Okay. So, and cried with a loud voice as a lion roareth. When he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. Wow.
So Thunder won Game 7 with 103 points. How incredible is that? Guys, give me some woos in the chat. How crazy
Come on, guys.
That?
You guys got to go subscribe to his channel and watch him.
This is the type of stuff I reveal every day, but I'm just shadow banned like Cody. But I still do it for people like you guys and for Cody and stuff.
Guys, I want to see incredible. I want to see some mind blowns in the chat. Think about that, guys.
Yeah, that's just mad. That's just like absolutely mad. And remember Brady, do you know how many Super Bowls he's won? 7.
Oh, wait, 7, yeah.
Yeah, Brody has 7 Super Bowls. And Brady, right, his first ever game as a starter, the game finished 10-3.
Wow. Well, that's the 27th. 103 is the 27th prime. We just said that there were the Jade Cargill and Cody Rhodes are born 27 days apart.
Yeah, that's why Brady won his last Super Bowl on 2-7.
But think about that too, because so this again goes back to Obama and Jupiter, because Obama equals 103, right?
Yeah, and Bin Laden was born the 10th of March, which can be written 10-3.
Right, and then so Obama equals 103. Now in Chaldean, Jupiter equals 27. I just told you 103 is the 27th prime. Jupiter is the king of the gods and the thunder, right? And my decode on that thunder series, and what you showed is way more mind-blowing than that, but my decode, which I thought was pretty mind-blowing in itself, that whole thing with the thunder winning was connected to Thor, the god of thunder, right?
Okay.
Well, the last movie, and big shout out to my partners in crime over on Ball Don't Lie. Every Tuesday.
Much love to Ball Don't Lie. He has an amazing Discord as well. Much love to him.
Yeah, so every Tuesday we go live. I go live with Ball Don't Lie and Rambo, and he was pointing out for so many months that the Thunder were wearing the loves on their jerseys, right? The loves.
Yeah.
And the last Thor movie that came out was called Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh wow!
And guess how many months exactly after that movie came out to the Thunder's winning? It was exactly a span of 36 months. Jupiter equals 36. Thunder equals 36. And in the Love and Thunder movie, I had to watch it just to see if I could find the symbolism. Well, in that movie, there's what happens in that movie that's a big part of the movie is Thor, which is Norse mythology. It's different than the Greek mythology or the Roman mythology, but Thor actually goes to the kingdom of the gods, and who is the guy running all the gods? It's Jupiter, Zeus, right?
Zeus, yeah.
But Jupiter and Zeus are the equivalent. So, But what happens in that movie is Thor thinks he kills Jupiter, the king of the gods, in that movie with his own lightning bolt. And what actually happens at the end of the movie, we find out that what actually happened was Thor did not kill the king of the gods, Zeus or Jupiter. He only injured him with his own lightning bolt. And then at the end of that movie, at the ending credits, Zeus tells his son Hercules to go and hunt down Thor. So you have Hercules versus Thor. So there's a whole bunch there. But
you know, when you pronounce Thor, it sounds like Thor, doesn't it? Like the
right.
four horsemen. Obviously, the NBA Finals, you had to win 4 games, but Obama's born the 4th day of August, 44th president.
Exactly, yeah.
But I've got, if we can just quickly go over the that NBA Finals just quickly. I think I'm going to break down some stuff that you can bring on.
Yeah, and then one last thing to add with that Thunder thing. Remember what happened? What happened? What was it? On June 21st, Trump struck the Iran with hammer, right? Yeah. Well, that's how I knew it was connected to Thor, because the only mythological god who is connected to thunder and hammers is Thor. So Jupiter, he doesn't have a hammer. Zeus doesn't have a hammer, but Thor, he's the only mythological god that I know of that is the god of thunder and also has a hammer. So
yeah, no, that's amazing.
You had those two things come together perfectly to show that they were clearly connecting it to Thor. And yeah, that I don't know how Thor might connect to all of this. I need to look more deeper into Thor, but
Thor's in the Avengers Endgame, isn't he?
Yeah, really yeah.
You'll have to look into the guy who plays him. Have you done that? Have you looked?
Yeah, I did. I did a bit in my decode that I released on that. He's from Australia, so that's what's his name, Chris Hemsworth. But
is his name Christopher, like Christ, or is it just Chris?
I think his name is Christopher. I'll have to look. Hold on.
So he'll have the Christ in his name.
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, his name is Christopher.
There you go. So he's got the Christ.
He's 41.
Oh, mate, there you go, mate. I'm telling you. It's mad. 41's the 13th prime, and doesn't CM Punk have a 13 tattoo? Pretty sure he does.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So, do you know Indiana's the 19th state and Oklahoma's the 46th? Like 1946, the year Trump was born.
Oh, wow. I knew the states, but I didn't put that together. That's a good one.
Yeah, and 1946 is when the NBA was founded as well. But what I want to focus on here, I won't go through all my Thunder code. It's way too long. But you do. Have you heard of the movie Kevin Durant was in?
Thunderstruck, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the same day the Thunder won the NBA Finals, he left the Suns. Did you see that?
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense because I was trying to figure out why this happened. So get this, just to add to this.
He played for Oklahoma. He played for the Thunder.
Yeah, he played for Oklahoma. Yeah. But you just put something together in my mind by saying that I was trying to figure out. So when the Thunder, when they lost game 6,
yep,
it was on a Thursday. Okay, and Thursday is the day of Thor. Actually our English word for Thursday is named after Thor, right?
Didn't they lose it on King James Day as well?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
my birthday.
Oh, nice.
So on my birthday, they lost game 6 on a Thursday, which technically you would think, right, that the Thunder, which is Thor, should win on the Thursday. But what happened? No, they lost. And then what did they do? They won the Thunder or Thor. They ended up winning on the Sunday. So it was a reversal. It was the Thunder, instead of winning on their normal day, their Thursday, they won on the Sunday. So there's something here with this, because I think that's a clear symbol of the Satan Antichrist symbol. Because think about it.
Yeah.
Lightning is associated with Lucifer, thunder, right? Lightning and thunder.
Judgment, but yeah, for sure.
But then what happens was, instead of winning it on their normal day, they win the championship on the Sun's day, or which you would in this case refer to as Christ's day, the sun.
So that's why you're connecting now Kevin Durant leaving the Phoenix Suns.
Right, that's what I mean. He left the Suns
on a Sunday.
On a Sunday, but with a Thunder won on the Sunday when you would think that they should win on the Thursday, which is their normal day when they should be that's their ritual day. That's the day.
Check this out as well. Brother, bring up Kevin Durant. Mate, don't you look, this has to be being guided by God. We have done no research into this stream, guys. He came on my stream and he invited me on his show, and I was like, okay, let's do it today. Guys, we've done no prep here. We shouldn't know what we know, including you guys in the chat. I'm reading some of these comments. They're amazing. We shouldn't know this stuff, guys. We should not know this stuff whatsoever. So just bring up Kevin Durant. God bless you all in the chat. Please like the stream for Cody. Support him. Have you got him up?
Yep.
So you see his birth is 929.
Yep.
There's 929 chapters in the Old Testament of the Bible. Huh. Now, do you remember George Floyd? They said they knelt on him for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, yeah?
Right.
And remember the NBA did the whole Black Lives Matter. They made a big deal out of it. It's funny they all talk about Black Lives Matter and do all of that, but they can go around wearing sneakers that are made from child labor. You know what I mean? They don't say anything about that. But the 929, just put it in the number properties. And it should, 158th prime, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't even put it in there yet, but I definitely know this prime number because it's one I've researched.
But won't the Society of Jesus, who worship the sun, recognize on 15/8?
Yep.
And then Durant, who's born 929, leaves the Suns on a Sunday. He played for the Thunder, the day the Thunder win the NBA Finals.
Uh-huh.
And they won it in Game 7, and they won it 4-3, and 43rd president was Bush, won it during 9/11. But the fact is, this Durant was in the Thunderstruck movie. And God's voice is like thunder. And obviously thunder and lightning. Do you know the Thunder lost to the Heat in 2012? The NBA Finals 2012. And when there's an atomic bomb, nuclear bomb, it sounds like thunder. And then there's the heat. It's the heat that kills people. And that came out when Imagine Dragons released their song Radioactive.
Uh-huh.
And they also have a song called Thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Wait. Oh, wow. Because, oh, man, this is so crazy. Because as soon as you mentioned Kevin Durant's birthday, 9/29, I thought of the movie The Flash. Okay,
I don't know much.
Why was I? We're gonna bring another superhero here. The Flash movie. The important date in the new Flash movie was September 29th. Why was it the important date? Well, I got it on my screen for you guys to read. In the movie The Flash 2023, September 29th is the date that Barry Allen, Ezra Miller, played by Ezra Miller, revisits his childhood home and experiences the events that originally gave him his powers. And what happens that day is he creates a dark flash. Like he basically transfers his powers to his future self or his younger self. And so this was the day of the lightning strike. You get it? The lightning and the thunder. And this is the day that the Flash, who has the lightning bolt on his chest, transfers his powers. And so this is hugely symbolic because this is Kevin Durant's birthday, and he played for the Thunder. And this goes back to Obama because Barack means lightning. Yep. Obama means from the heights. And Obama is also called Barry.
Wow.
Remember, they call Obama Barry. What they say his last name is? Barry. Joseph, I know you're in the chat. Help me out. What do they call? What's the supposedly the real name of Obama? Barry something.
By the way, Susan in your chat, sounds like she has a gifted mind, said Jade Cargill's trainer equals Danielson, the American Dragon. Brian Danielson, the American Dragon.
Huh. Interesting.
And obviously the Dragon last year was the year of the Dragon, wasn't it? And in that where she where she got revealed to be signed last year, the year of the Dragon.
Right. That's a good one.
But this is what I mean. Your chat is, no offense to my chat, because I appreciate everybody who follows me. Your chat is a different planet to mine. Like,
Yeah, I love my chat, and they know I
your
love them.
chat is just special. I hope some of them can come over to my channel, not to take them from you, because we're not like that, but man, just
No,
the
I
insights
want
make the
them.
stream better. It makes the
I
stream
want
better.
them to come over to your channel, guys. Please watch his streams. Don't just come and watch me. Let's watch everyone in the community. Go watch
Yeah,
Joseph's
I don't think
stream.
we got long left to doing this, to be honest. But right now we do. We have the opportunity. But let me break this down for you. Oh, by the way, with the 15 and 8 that we had with Durant and the 929.
Yeah.
So the 929 is the 158th prime. After losing the NBA Finals, the Pacers ended the season 15 and 8 in the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
How incredible is that, mate? But
wow.
What I want to talk about here as well, like you were talking about Obama. I know Joseph does incredible work when it comes to Obama, absolutely amazing work. But Obama really heavily connects to 84, doesn't he? Like
Yeah,
it's so synced up to 84. Now I know he's connected to so many numbers, but the 84. But Vatican City was founded exactly 84 years before the Basilica was struck twice by lightning, which I find remarkable. And the Thunder, right? The Game 7 of the NBA Finals was the Thunder coach's 433rd career game, the 84th prime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Thunder, they ended the season with 84 season wins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and 84 connects to 9/11 with the Bush family because Bush Senior was the 41st president and Junior was the 43rd, and you add those numbers together, it's 84. And remember, King James, LeBron, right? He got 38 points on the 38th day of the year. At age 38 against the Thunder to become the all-time leading point scorer in the history of the NBA. And he did it against the Thunder. But I'm gonna show you something here that, again, I hope it knocks your socks off. So I coded Shea to get the MVP, Thunder to win the finals, all of that 9 or 10 months ago. But Shea won, the NBA was the 79th season, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Trump 79, the atomic number for gold is 79. Shea, the day of the victory parade, he was wearing a gold version of his sneakers.
Oh, wow.
A gold version. But Shea, do you know in Hebrew, Shea means gift?
Really? No.
Yeah, and obviously the greatest gift is what? It's salvation, yeah?
Yeah.
So Shea translates to gift in Hebrew. Now, Shea has a wife called Haley Summers, and they have one child together. And the son is called Ares, A-R-E-S, right? And Ares was born on 25/4/2024 on the 62nd birthday of NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, who was born in 62. Revelation 6:2, and I saw and behold a white horse. This is the Antichrist, conquest. He that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. What I want for you to do for me now, Cody, all right? If you want to bring it up, just bring up SGA's son. Hopefully it'll come up. You might have to put SGA or Shea Gilgeous Alexander, but that's going to take you a lot longer. If you put SGA's son, hopefully it comes up. SGA's son. All right. Can you find that? Maybe type in SGA's son name. Oh, there, you see it. You see it.
Ares.
Shea Alexander and his son Ares, yeah?
Yeah, the god of war.
There you go. Who's Ares? The god of war. Known for his brutality and love of conflict, bro.
Wow.
Shay's only kid is called Ares, the god of war.
Wow.
And brutality. Just bring it up for people so they can see the Ares. It's not Aries. Obviously, the Aries is a ram. That's what I am. That's why I have a lot of fire and passion. But Ares, if you just bring it up like on a separate tab as to what it means, or type in Ares, God of War, People need to see this. This is Shea, the MVP. He got the regular season MVP, most points throughout the season, the Western Conference MVP, the NBA Finals MVP. All right. Shea, gift from God. God's number 7, the 7 trumpets, the 7 years of tribulation. God rests on the 7th day, the 7 golden candlesticks. Trump bombed Iran 7 days after his birthday. So, guys, it's all like they could. A lot of people on my website, they believe Shea is possessed, or like some of them call him a reptile. They could be at this point, brother, fallen angels.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, at this very point. So have you seen the movie Nefarious?
No, I never even heard of that. What is that?
Oh my word! I'm going to do a stream about it this week. It's about demonic possession. It's about a guy who got possessed by a demon, and he went murdering people, but he was telling people he was demonically possessed, but they believed he were lying because if you plead insanity, you don't get the electric chair. But he was literally possessed. And he talked about how a demon can enter your body, but the demon says, you got to let me in, which brings us to who? Bray Wyatt.
Oh, wow.
Bray Wyatt said, let me in. And in this Nefarious movie, the demon says, you have to let me in order for me to possess you. And Bray Wyatt died at 36 on Vince McMahon's birthday, didn't he? And 666 is the 36 triangular number, and the beast reigns 3 years and 6 months. It's why the Falklands War ended on Donald Trump's 36th birthday, and it began on 4/2. The beast reigns 42 months, which is 3 years and 6 months. The Falklands War ended on Trump's 36th birthday.
Wild. Not
many people know that, but there you go, guys. Much love to you all. Yeah, Bray Wyatt has all these 36 connections, and he says, "Let me in, let me," and really demonically done it. So notice how Bray Wyatt. There was Bray Wyatt, and he also played the Fiend, didn't he? And the Fiend is a demon. So Bray Wyatt had all these different roles that he played because he was possessed.
Yeah, and don't forget that his last match was the pitch black match.
Yep.
Which if you look at the cover of that show, let me just pull it up. Royal Rumble 2023. If you look at the actual cover of the event, you can see that all the characters are standing and they're looking up to the sky watching lightning come down.
Oh, great catch, mate.
And who's the front row here? Let's look who's in the front row. We got Roman Reigns, right? Then we got the Beast, Brock Lesnar, and then you have Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, who's also his symbol is lightning. And the only character who's not in the picture is all these other wrestlers were featured in the show, but the one character who was not featured in the show, who was featured in the show but was not in this cover was Bray Wyatt. And why is that? Because he was the one that was in the pitch black match or the lightning, right? And what happened at the end of that match?
Remind me.
The end of that pitch black match, LA Knight was laying on the bottom.
Knight, yeah.
And what happened? The brother of Bray Wyatt, who plays Uncle Howdy right now, he jumped off of the top and fell to earth and crushed LA Knight. So think about that. You have the lightning symbolism falling to earth, and then at the end of the match, the pitch black, you have the guy falling to earth and an explosion happening as well, right?
Oh my
so you have this lightning and thunder again, and then you have this Satan, Lucifer falling to earth connection. And this makes me wonder if we're not going to have some sort of huge riddles this year with the Los Angeles Chargers.
I think the Dodgers are winning the World Series again. I've got them.
Oh, okay. Well,
but the Chargers make sense with the lightning bolt. And isn't their quarterback number 10 as well, like Satan? Herbert?
Right. That's why I'm really thinking that this stuff that's going on right now could be a huge clue with the Chargers. Because remember, the pitch black match, we're going to go back to the blackout Super Bowl. And
the Ravens and the 49ers.
Yeah, and so remember the Super Bowl this year is in San Francisco, and the
Yes.
San Francisco 49ers played in the Blackout Bowl against New Orleans, right? Or in New Orleans, sorry. It was
Yeah,
in New
against the
Orleans.
Ravens.
It was against the Ravens. The Blackbird, right? Blackout,
Yes,
Blackbird.
brother against brother, wasn't it? Kind of like
Well,
Cody
there,
and Goldust, Dustin.
well, that's where you get back all full circle, because who is now the coach of the Chargers?
Jim Harbaugh, no?
That the same guy who was in that Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
I
and
think you're
he
gonna.
coached for the 49ers, yeah, for 3 years.
Yeah, so I think that there's going to be something going on with these two brothers this year with the Chargers and the Ravens, the blackout connection. And you know what happened in Saudi Arabia? The SmackDown
Blackouts.
Saudi Arabia before last night's event, there was a blackout.
Yeah.
And who was the two people in the ring when that happened, supposedly? It was Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Why is that important? Because Randy is the snake, and blackouts happen in snake years. I've already proven this. If you go back to my videos, I still think we're going to have a huge power outage, internet outage this year, and it's going to cause mass chaos.
So do I. So do I. That's two of us.
So I think that this is all connected to that blackout riddle. They've already had Spain have a blackout earlier this year. They had Cuba have a blackout while Cody Rhodes was in Spain, and Cody Rhodes' parents from Cuba. So Cody Rhodes is connected to the blackout. And
New
so
Zealand
it's not a coincidence.
well.
Right. So I think that the bigger blackout is still coming, and I think we should all be prepared, because if that happens, don't forget Obama's movie Leave the World Behind was all about a blackout and planes falling. I'm going to do a video tomorrow about a prophecy that's been said by this Japanese person that this July coming up next month, 2 days from now, this July has been on people's radars for years now. So be prepared for some crazy events in July, guys. All I'm saying.
Remember, July's the summer. July's the summer, and Shay's wife, last name is Summers, Haley Summers.
Well, yeah, there you go.
July makes the most sense. It's the 7th month, and again, Shay, the NBA Finals went to Game 7. The 7th month, July, and it connects to Julius Caesar, who connects to Trump. Like in the boxing last night, Jake Paul beat Julius Caesar, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in his 13th match, he stayed on 7 knockouts. And Julius Caesar, that's when he was born.
Wow.
Julius Caesar, 13-7. So all of it's just mad coded. Those Paul brothers, man, like you said, Logan has the same birthday as Randy Orton. The 4-1. These Paul brothers is just a joke. How everything they do, they dominate, don't they? Whether it's podcasts or boxing or wrestling or YouTube, like they just seem like two people who've really sold their soul to the devil. And I think like Bray Wyatt did, and then Luke Harper died, didn't he? You got the harp in the Bible, and Luke, who was a disciple, he died in the Wyatt family. It's just crazy. That Jim Harbaugh, by the way, is currently got allegations against him in a lawsuit, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So often when there's these type of rituals, it can actually benefit them. They tend to go through a little ritual, and then
I mean, with what you mentioned there, with isn't it interesting that the last remaining original Wyatt Six member is Eric Rowan, and now he's part of the Wyatt Six?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I lost your volume. I can't hear you now.
What about now?
Can you guys hear him, or is it me?
I can hear you.
Am I the only one that's lost volume? Please let me know.
Probably revealing too much. The chat's saying they can hear me.
Okay, so I can't hear Adam. I can't hear you, but they can hear you. What the heck? All right, this is weird. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Try it now.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Try it again.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know what's going on, guys. Let me drop out and come back. Hold on.
Guys, pretty much every time I've done a stream with Cody, this happens. When we preach or when we reveal so much, like this is significant what we reveal, and this platform doesn't want the truth being revealed or incredibly profound information, so they try to suppress it. And then if you look at like Mr. Beast, the YouTuber, all these other YouTubers, Speed, they call him a speed demon because that's what he is, a demon who's possessed. They can promote them. All right, you can do your little TikTok dances and get hundreds of thousands of views. But when you break down the matrix, glorify Jesus, expose the darkness, you don't get barely any following. The world hates you for it. But that's written about in the Bible, that the world will hate you. Just like it hated Jesus. They wanted him dead. He was perfect, and they wanted him dead. All right, they wanted to crucify him. So for us who follow him, obviously it's not going to be smooth sailing when Satan's the god of this age, exposing him. So he suppresses it because he's the father of lies. So yeah, they hate the truth because there's no truth in them. And I think the people Cody and I talk about, the Bible talks about the children of disobedience, the serpent seed, the children of the devil. It's in the Bible. That's who these people are. They do the will of their father, which is the devil, whereas I'm doing the will of my Father who is in heaven. Cody, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yes.
There you go. Well, I just preached a little bit about Jesus, but we can go back to what you were saying about Eric Rowan. I think his actual name's Joseph, isn't it?
Oh, is his real name Joseph? I didn't know that.
Pretty sure it's Joseph. Isn't that just like Roman Reigns as well? He's got Joseph in his name.
Right.
We all know about, Levi Joseph, I think is his name.
Yeah, his name is Joseph Rudd.
Yeah. There's a lot of Joseph. Obviously, we know that with the Bible, with Joseph, and his brothers sold him for slavery, and then Romans got the brotherhood, didn't he, with that bloodline that they had. Mm-hmm. Are they still doing that whole thing? The bloodline.
What with? No, well, they have like the they have the bloodline now that's led by Solo Sikoa, but Solo Sikoa just debuted a new part of his new bloodline is JC Mateo.
Oh my word, JC!
They're getting so many JCs. They're getting so many JCs.
But the Mateo is Matthew as well, who was one of the Gospels was written by Matthew. How crazy that George Floyd died on Roman Reigns' 35th birthday for Satan.
Yeah, exactly.
If he even died, do you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, yeah, like so. There's a JC, and they just debuted another character last night to help the bloodline, and Solo Sikoa became the U.S. champion. So now they have this whole Samoan family now, of course, backing Solo. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting that one of the guys they debuted was JC. They literally called him JC Mateo, like out of nowhere. And
that Solo's birthday is 18/3, yeah.
Oh, is that his birthday?
I think his birthday is the 18th of March. When I've done a code on him, you'll have to check. I think it's the 18th of March.
Yep, good memory.
It is, yeah.
Yep, Sacramento he's from. The Sacramento.
Revelation 18:3, right? Like his birthday. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." This is about Babylon.
Wow.
And that's his birthday. That's why this guy kind of came out of nowhere and got in. That
his name is Joseph too.
Has he got Joseph in his? No way.
His name is Joseph, yeah.
His name's Joseph because he connects to Yokozuna, doesn't he?
His middle name is Yokozuna, yeah.
And didn't Solo beat Jacob?
Yeah.
And Jacob in the Bible was Israel.
Right.
Lived
That's
147 years.
that's interesting. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So
his
Solos beat Israel. The guy born 1803, and that's for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of the fornication.
Look at that. If you just
Yeah.
type in his real name, Joseph Fatu, it equals Antichrist and Revelation in multiple ciphers.
It does.
Yeah.
So it's like we can show through this code why people are being pushed, can't we? Have you noticed that? We can show you why somebody's a champion. Now, I tend to do it before it happens. That's just part of what I do. But I think it's just as important to reveal it after, you know what I mean? Because like Joseph in Hebrew, it means God will add. God will add. So I've started studying people's names, brother, in Hebrew, and it's really helped me with my code, and I'm sure you do it as well. But not just Hebrew, Greek, whatever it may be. But I like to use Hebrew because that was the original language, wasn't it? Or was it Aramaic? But Hebrew is something I learned. Like I said, Shay in Hebrew means gift. Shay Gilgis Alexander. Then Alexander the Great, which connects to war, like his son's name, Ares, the god of war, Alexander the Great.
Right.
Like, it's deep, man.
And
yeah, go on.
While we're on that subject, I think it's a good time to talk about this real fast. Going with, I hope Joseph is still in the chat, but I don't know if he saw this, but so something interesting happened with Obama. He has a YouTube channel, and another YouTube channel pointed this out to me called The Branch. I don't know if you guys know that YouTube channel.
Never heard of it.
The Branch. He does great work. And he pointed this out, and I saw it, and I looked into it, and I was like, okay, isn't this weird? Obama's last video he posted on his YouTube channel was all the way back in January 19th, right? 119,
of course,
2013. And so something, and the video was just kind of random. It's a guy named John Carson talking about Obama.
Wait, so he has the Jesus Christ initials as well.
Right. Yeah. The JC again.
And he's got the son, like Jesus Christ, the son.
Right.
Are these people real, man? I've noticed with the media, when the reporters, they have some of the most outrageous names. I'm like, is that an actual person that wrote that, or is it like AI demons that actually?
Yeah, I think it's I think it's AI demons.
I really do think it's that with these articles. All right, sorry, bro, I cut you off.
Yeah, but it was just going to mention that the Branch had pointed out that Obama now posted another video after all these years. And when did he post it? He posted it, and he was talking in Hartford, Connecticut. The WWE has a connection to Connecticut.
Yeah, WWE Studios is located in Connecticut, like where Skull and Bones is.
But now it's saying this video was posted on June 19th, my birthday again.
That's what I mean. They can just manipulate numbers, YouTube, more than ever. That's why you have to screenshot things.
The speech was given on June 17th, though. So, but anyway, if you go from the speech he gave, which is in the video, it's still relevant, because if you go from the last video he posted on YouTube, right, which was
119, 2013.
Yep. If you go from that video to the day he gave the speech, look at the numbers. 12 years, 149 days. Now, you see two numbers here that are connected to Revelation and Antichrist. 121 and 149.
Wasn't he born with 149 days left as well?
Well, yeah, that too, yeah.
Yeah, so you got Pope Leo's birthday, the 14-9. The 12, like the tribe 12s of Israel, the 12 disciples. Yeah, that's deep.
So, like, what's the chances he posts that, or he gives that speech, But actually, if you go to the day he actually posted it, because again, they changed it on me.
They do. Super annoying.
But if you go to that, it's exactly 149 months.
Oh my word!
So it doesn't matter whether you measure it that way or whether you don't. Because if you go to the actual date of the posting the video, it's exactly 149 months. again.
So he posted his first video 2013, the year Francis became Pope and the year the Basilica was struck by lightning.
Exactly. And then he didn't post again for 149 months.
That's what I mean. Like, there's no way Obama's deliberately done that. There's something above Obama doing this.
Right.
It's too perfect. And that's the 35th prime, innit? Like Satan, lightning, Baphomet.
Oh, wow. Lightning bolt equals 149.
Oh, my goodness.
So and wasn't that the day the Thunder lost? This goes back to what we were already talking about, man. That was June 19th. He posted that. That was the day the Thunder, lightning and thunder, they lost on Thursday, which is Thunder Day, Thor Day.
Yeah, it became 3-3, didn't it? That 33 that they're obsessed with.
Right, but then they crowned them on the Sunday, and Obama's symbol was the O.
And you see,
like
lightning bolt is 68, and the Thunder ended the regular season with 68 wins.
Yeah, so that's wow.
And 14 losses, by the way, for another 14. They had 14 losses, and 6 + 8 is 14. Oh my word.
Man, I think I need to make just a short video just on this connection, because I think people need to see this. And I mean, Joseph, what do you think about that? I don't know if Joseph already looked into this, but 149 months after he posted his last video, on the day the Thunder lost, right? And then the Thunder win on Sunday, like a crown, like the crown of the sun, right? The corona, the crown, all that.
Yeah, the outer part of the sun.
Right, and so instead of crowning them on the Thursday, right? They crowned them as champions on the Sunday. And to me, this again,
it's never easy, is it? Because they could have crowned them on King James's birthday, a king crown. It would have made sense. And also, that 619 was the day Michael Jordan was drafted.
Yeah, that's right.
I always forget that could have gone down on that. Like, it would have, and the 4-2, it could have been 4-2. It's never easy doing this, but isn't Obama's husband called Michelle?
Yeah.
And the name Michelle means who resembles God or who is like God. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. No, actually.
Yeah. So Joseph, I don't know if you know that either, but Michelle, like, it translates to who resembles God or who is like God. And who does the Antichrist want to be? He wants to be God.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, this whole Obama thing with this, I didn't even put two and two together with this, but and you know what's also interesting about that date, June 19th.
It's the 114th prime, isn't it? It's the 114th prime when the Queen died, with 114 days left in the year. And World War.
And LeBron James, the King James, his LeBron James equals 114. But
didn't he win an NBA Finals on 619 as well?
Yeah, on King James' real birthday, right?
Yeah, he beat the Warriors 4-3.
And who in the WWE is known as the Mysterious King, and what is his number?
Rey Mysterio, Booyaka is 619. And he has the father and the son with Dominic, doesn't he? Connection.
Yeah, exactly. And this all organically connects to me in a strange way, man. Like, it's really weird because
I believe you. I know. For us to do what we do is because we're really deeply divinely connected to the code for us to be able to do this. So how does it connect to you? Because your birthday, is there anything else?
Yeah, well, like, my birthday is 6/19, right? And Rey Mysterio, which means King Mysterio, essentially, or mysterious
Mystery King.
Mystery King, yeah. So I'm from Ohio, right? And this goes back to LeBron James, who won the championship on King James on my birthday. And I'm from Ohio. My dad, remember, Rey Mysterio is the father of Dominic. And that's the whole story right now. My dad is from Akron, where LeBron James is from.
Born in the same hospital as Steph Curry.
Right. And so my dad is from that same area. and LeBron James is from Ohio, and Dominic, the son, is now like, like fighting with his father in the WWE. And again, as you mentioned, my birthday is also, I was born exactly, am I born exactly 8 years after Michael Jordan was drafted? What year was he drafted? 82, right?
Michael Jordan was drafted 84, the same year LeBron was born.
Oh no, so that's right. So he was drafted the same year LeBron was born on my birthday.
Yeah.
6 years before I was born. 6 years before I was born on 6/19. 6/19. And my first word and my most favorite athlete as a kid was Michael Jordan. My first word was basketball. I couldn't say basketball. My first word was basketball.
That's crazy. And by the way, your birthday is 1906, which is 14 times 14.
Right. And that's gold. 196 is also the gold. The element gold on the periodic table has a 196 atomic mass. 196. You can round it up to 197, but.
So 619 is the 114th prime. This doesn't always work like this. It doesn't always work like this at all. So 619 is the 114th prime. Do 19 times 6. Look what it gets you.
19 times 6?
Yeah. 19 times 6.
Hold on a second.
Hey. Remember, I predicted the Queen's death 2 years before it happened. She'd die in 2022, right before the
World wow.
Cup. 19 times 6 is 114, and 619 is the 114th prime. That is so rare, by the way.
Wow.
So that 114, bro, and it isn't 11 times 4, 44, like Obama, the 44th president. And then the Queen, the UK's darling code is plus 44.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. The 114, I think. I don't know this verse. Let me type in Revelation 11:4. It must mean something. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. That's Revelation 11:4. I was just talking about the golden candlesticks. Oh my word. This is, bro, what a stream, eh? Thank you for this. This is crazy stuff, man.
You know what's interesting about this? I always like looking at the numbers of the verse of the Bible of it is.
Yeah.
And Derek's gematria calculator really breaks it down well. But anyway, it's the 179th verse of Revelation. Revelation 11:4 is the 179th verse.
Oh my word.
And it leaves 225 left in the book. No way. We're in the year 2025.
Yeah, and Revelation 17:9, I know this one. It says, "And here is the mind which hath wisdom, the 7 heads, the 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth." That's Revelation 17:9, bro. And that Night of Champions, 179th day of the year.
Isn't this funny how it goes right back to how we started the decode? We started talking about the 41, the king, and the 179 day of the year, the king, and king equals 41. And here we go again with the.
Yeah, and then like Randy Orton born on 4-1, and Cody beat him to win the King of the Ring. Yeah, it is. It is, and Cody has the father and the son. So does Randy, because he had Cowboy Bob Orton, the father.
Let's not leave out this organic connection that the main star of WWE right now is Cody Rhodes, who's known for his father-son connection, and the other father-to-son connection in the WWE is Rey Mysterio, the 619, like my birthday, and the son Dominic.
Yeah, but also, like I said, there was Cowboy Bob Orton and Randy Orton.
Right. Yeah, that's the father-son too. Yeah.
And then you have the Vince and Shane, which is father-son. And then Vince bought the company from his father, Vince Sr. So there's so much father and son. I know there's the father and daughter, but I think it's father and son with Ric Flair and Charlotte Flair, who was in the 4 Horsemen, both of them. There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
They always talk about The Rock's father, don't they? How was it Rocky Johnson, and John wrote Revelation, Jesus, the Son of God. Like The Rock, his father was a wrestler.
And let's not forget. I want to mention
this to you. Oh, you go. Sorry.
Oh, I just real fast. Don't forget Bray Wyatt's father was also a wrestler.
Yeah, he was IRS.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, which is all about tax. But check this out, right? So Cody, he was born in Charlotte, wasn't he? And Ric Flair's daughter's Charlotte. But he was
Well, you
born
know,
in
Charlotte is the feminine form of Charles.
Yes, yeah, actually, yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So, and I did a whole decode on this. King Charles and Cody Rhodes are so connected. I haven't even touched on King Charles's whole decode, but it needs to be addressed because KC, right? King Charles. Now you have King Cody, like KC.
Oh
right?
my word! Yeah, Kansas City, who've been dominating the Super Bowl.
Right, but think about it. What is the cipher of King Charles even?
Go on.
What is his cipher? Have you ever seen that?
I barely use the Gematria, although I really do appreciate it.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the Gematria. I'm talking about his actual king cipher that they give him.
Ah, no, go on then. Is it okay? So remember, King Charles was the Prince of Wales, which is the dragon, the red dragon. Have you got?
Let me just show you this crazy connection here. Hold on.
Oh wait, didn't you say that it looks like Colorado Rockies?
Yeah, which is my initials. But remember, how does this all tie back around? Again, we're talking about Cody Rhodes, right?
Yeah, we were talking about Cody, and we're talking about.
Well, what's his initials?
Well, CR.
And what's King Charles' cipher?
I'm guessing it's CR.
Yep.
Like Cristiano Ronaldo as well, who just gave his jersey to Trump.
But do you see how similar? So can you see my screen?
Let me look at it now. I was looking at my own. Yes, I can see it now. Oh my word, that does look like Colorado Rockies. Bring up the Colorado Rockies logo.
Yeah, well, let me show you first the Cody Rhodes connection. You see the CR and the 3?
I see the CR, I see the crown.
And the 3?
And the 3, because he's the third king.
But look at Cody Rhodes' symbol he used to use.
Go on then. Oh my word.
CR with 3 stripes. You see
and don't they call the Rhodes family wrestling royalty, don't they?
Yeah, and then when he comes to the ring, the first thing he says is wrestling has more than one royal family.
Oh, yeah. This is mad, bro, isn't it?
But yeah, let me bring up the Colorado Rockies, which again connects to me.
Going back to the KC, have you ever noticed that's 11-3, like 113?
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Which connects to the crown because Corona translates to crown.
Yeah, and this is crazy too because I walked around for years wearing a hat that said CR on it. I just recently retired it.
Why?
Because it got so burnt by the sun, it wasn't even the right color anymore.
Oh my word, burnt by the sun. And the rock is like Jesus. Jesus is referred to as the rock in the Bible.
Right. That's crazy. And my initials are CR, and Cody Rhodes' initials are CR, and King Charles' cipher is CR. And I'm born on King James' birthday. It's just wild because.
And now he's king of the ring.
Yeah, and the stream I did last night, on the same night this happened, I even forgot about this event happening. I just organically did a stream last night, and I was talking about the tree of the Kabbalistic tree of life, and I was speaking on the crown, which is the Ketar, which sits at the top of the Kabbalistic tree of life. And that supposedly represents God's divinity as the infinite, right? That's to the Kabbalistic tree of life.
The Almighty, the infinite, the Alpha and Omega,
And I just talked about that last night. And then I totally didn't even realize that Cody Rhodes, at the very moment I was talking about that live on my stream, Cody Rhodes was live winning the crown. At the very moment.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the organic syncs, people telling you that man's controlling it. Come on. I love people sharing their organic syncs because it just reveals it's beyond man. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's beautiful. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, I mean the Colorado Rockies thing, they're like the worst team in the MLB right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they look like they were going to break a record for the most losses, but they started picking up a few wins. Let me just see the record right now. Just, oh my word, the Dodgers are playing the Royals right now, but LA's playing the Royals as we're doing this. Los Angeles.
Oh, really? No way.
The Angels, they're playing the Royals, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, so the Rockies, 18 wins right now, 6 + 6 + 6. They're having a nightmare. 65 losses.
Holy.
That's like immense amount of losses.
Are you kidding me? 18 and 65?
18 65 right now.
Holy crap.
Why? What do you have for that?
No,
I won't be shocked if they go 1966. It's when the Church of Satan was founded. They might do that. I don't know, but
if that happens, you guys remember it live that Adam said that, because
if that happens, anything can happen in these games. They'd have to beat Houston Astros, but it's not real, guys. It's not real. I do this sports coding 5 years in a row. Some of the stuff I've called, it's not organic. But yeah, what were you saying?
But yeah, just going back to the King Charles cipher, it's so much like the Colorado Rockies, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And think about it, you know, royalty is connected with purple, and the Rockies wear purple.
Yeah, I want to see who the coach is. I usually know all this stuff off the top of my head, but
somebody said in the chat that CR equals 33.
Oh my goodness!
In reverse, it equals 33.
Rockies just fired Bud Black.
Oh,
remember
Black?
I just did this game about Alistair Black, Marion Zelina, and she just won her first US championship.
Right, which you guys got to go check out his stream from earlier on that.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
I'm glad you covered that, because I was looking into Selena and her dad a few months ago, or like a month or so ago, when that whole thing happened, when she won.
Yeah,
I was looking into that, but I never did a whole deep dive.
Take mine, bro. You can rewatch it, take it, and just do a video and make it better. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed most of it, but I might look more into it, because I was intrigued about the Alistair Black thing, you know. And
bro, no way.
What?
Mate, Bud Black just got fired by the Rockies, right?
Yeah.
Bro, he's got the same birthday as Cody Rhodes.
No.
Bro, 6/30/57. Double check. Bro, he's got the same birthday as Cody Rhodes.
Oh my goodness.
And you were saying something how they're doing the JC Mateo, and Bud Black was born in San Mateo.
Oh my goodness.
Have fun with this, mate. What the heck?
Oh my goodness. He wears 10.
What? Mate, there's
Wait, how many years were they born apart? June 30th, 1957.
What year was Cody born?
85.
All right, and he was born when 1957. 28 years, the seventh triangular number.
Blackout. Holy.
The blackout, yeah, the blackout. 28 is a perfect number as well, isn't it? It's the perfect number.
No, this is a number that this number manifested in April. Okay, so me and Derek from Gematria, we were decoding the Indianapolis 500, right? And the guy who won that was all encoded with the Spain blackout, right? And I told you earlier this year, when there was a blackout in Cuba, Cody Rhodes was in Spain. That's the first time they ever held an event in Spain, and that same night there was a blackout in Cuba. I did a decode on that. And now we're finding out that Bud Black has the same birthday and is 28 years apart. But look at what the gematria is of Black.
Wait, I've got something. You can take this as well. So Bud Black, right? He played in the MLB. He played with the Royals, the Indians. But he coached Anaheim Angels, which were the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, right? The Angels.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes has the winged angel on his neck.
Right. Wow.
And this guy coached for the Angels.
Huh.
What?
This is crazy right now.
Yeah. Wow. You're going to have to look into this Bud Black, bro. Let's check the date he got fired. And he was with the Royals, mate. He played for the Royals. Cody Rhodes, wrestling royalty. He played for the Royals. He went there in 82.
I just have a feeling that I'm not trying to make a prediction here, but I just have a feeling that this has something to do with King Charles. Is King Charles going to exit the world stage soon? I don't know, but
Listen, I think so. I think so. Like it'll be his mom had one of the longest reigns. He's going to have one of the shortest, is what I said. Because he started how old was he? 74 when he got coronated.
Yeah. If you go back and watch my decode from a few weeks ago,
oh my word! Go on, keep going, and I'll tell you something else after.
If you go back and watch my decode from a few weeks ago, I talked about how the whole No King's Day was connected to, now I just lost what's his name? What's the son of King Charles? The one who will replace him? William. The whole thing was connected to William. It was all connected to William. The No King's Day, and the death of Brian Wilson a few days before that, the Beach Boys singer, that was connected to Prince William. In fact, I didn't even release the decode on how Prince William was connected to the Indian plane crash the same day, right? Yeah. But go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No, it was USA bombed Iran on Prince William's 43rd birthday.
Right.
But listen to this. You know, we were talking about 17-9.
Yeah.
And how Cody won the King of the Ring the 179th day of the year, yeah?
Yeah.
On 17-9, 2024, Bud Black became the winningest manager in the franchise's 32-year history following an 8-2 victory over Arizona Diamondbacks. 17-9, Arizona, the Snake. And he just beat Randy Orton.
Wait, so Bud Black became the winningest coach in Colorado Rockies history?
Yes, on 17-9 of last year. And beat the Diamondbacks, the Snake, which connects to Randy Orton.
Wow.
Cody won the King of the Ring against, the Viper, who has voices in his head. They call him, what else do they call him? The Apex Predator. And so he got fired on May the 11th, 2025. And oh my word, he got fired when they had a 7-33 record, 7 wins, 33 losses. And 733, that's the 130th prime. I've got something with that 130 somewhere in my work, but do you know 733? Do you know what the composite number is for 733?
No.
Brother, bring it up. Type in, so Bud Black got fired with the Rockies, 7 wins, 33 losses, 733.
Oh, 888.
The composite number is 888, which is Triple H. 888.
Wow.
H the 8th letter. And Cody destroyed that Triple H.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was with his hat.
Wow.
So this guy's whole career is being coded. And it's funny, we call it the code. And we're talking about Cody right now. Cody.
Did you hear John Cena in one of his speech last week or 2 weeks ago? He was talking about how he's cracked the code and he's way ahead of everyone else.
No, I didn't. But I know in the Matrix there's a character called Trinity.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
And we know Neo's passport went out 9/11/2001.
Yeah, and that reminds me too, the Neo thing. I was going to mention earlier, Saudi Arabia. They're trying to build a smart city called Neom.
Oh my word, yeah.
And check out the gematria of the word Cody and Neom.
Okay, bring it up.
It's a perfect match. I'll show it for people to see. 42, 20, 61, 16. It's a perfect match, bro.
That's crazy.
And I think this is one of the reasons why Cody's always winning in Saudi Arabia. I think it has connection with the smart cities that they're going to be building.
Yeah, for sure. I've noticed where I live, brother, they are building supermarkets everywhere. Like almost like, you know, they want to do these 15-minute cities.
Right.
So they're building all these supermarkets. Like, what if it sounds crazy, but it wouldn't shock me if it does get to that point where you can't travel further than 15 minutes in the name of the environment, whatever it may be. Do you know what I mean? I think that's where the world's going, these 15-minute cities. And they're going to give you everything you need whether it is a supermarket or a gym, and maybe you'll get, that, what they call it, the universal basic income.
Right. Yeah.
And then basically have the robots do all the work for us. And you'll live at home and you'll have your little 15-minute city. And
Yeah,
you'll have
bro.
cameras everywhere watching you like Big Brother.
Do you know what's absolutely mind-blowing
Go on.
with this, since we're talking about AI?
Yeah.
So I'm a musician, right? I'm a guitar player and I was in bands.
Yeah.
And I just discovered that there's AI music now, right?
Oh yeah,
And
for sure. Yeah.
and I went to this website called Suno a few days ago, and I was like, I just want to see what this is all about, see if it even is anything good. And I started putting in lyrics into this thing, and I put in there what kind of style music I wanted, right? And
it writes a song for you, doesn't it?
The songs that come out of that are absolutely, undeniably amazing. Like,
yeah,
I could never.
The artwork. Have you seen how they create art?
Yeah, I've known about that, but the fact that they can create a whole song within seconds, that's so good.
Oh, they can, and they can create like movie scripts in minutes. So think how many people are going to lose the job. Think about those who write music, those who write scripts for movies, who write books. They can write a book in like a minute, bro. This is demonic. I think I've said AI is demonic for 4 years. And demons, remember, they have so much intellect. Like they're geniuses, but they have wicked hearts. But like they're a different level to our mind. So like they can write a song in a minute. They can give you an incredible like what looks to be a painting in a minute. Like this is part of you. Have you read Daniel 12:4? Talks about knowledge shall increase.
Oh right, yeah.
In the latter days, basically, and that's what we're seeing now. We can't get much more evolved, can we, as a society, other than literally robots doing it all for us?
To me, this whole experience with this music thing, it just blew my mind. And in a way, like as a musician, I could also see how I could use this to, like write or to have a song. For me, as soon as these songs came out of this AI, right, I was like, wow, now I want to learn these songs. I could see, like, I want to like pick up my guitar and I want to sing and play the song, like learn it. Like, I could see how for a musician like me, it could actually help me write better songs personally, because when I'm able to have the AI help me, write a song, like then I can listen to the song and I get better at hearing how the AI turns the lyrics into a melody, right? Because writing a song is really all about taking the words you have and being able to sing it in a melodic fashion, right? That's as simple as that.
Yeah. I've written a few songs. I enjoy doing it. But with AI, AI could be incredible as a tool to assist. But you keep seeing these headlines saying AI takeover. And it's like, that's a strong word, isn't it? The takeover. So if you get like an app like this and it can help you with your creativity and writing a song, but it's just helping you rather than doing it all, I think AI is amazing. But when we just go to it for everything, like that Chat GPT, it's like we're going to lose what it means to be human. Do you know what I mean? There's something, we're curious, and to just get everything instantly, I think that takes away the fun. Do you know what I mean? Like actually writing a song. Imagine being in like your bedroom, writing a song. You play the guitar, don't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're just playing on your guitar and you're trying to get that melody, you're trying to get that riff, you're trying to bring it all together. There's something beautiful about that when you finally nail it. When you're like, wait. I remember writing one song. I was like, wait, stop. I'm talking to myself. I'm like, let me try that again. Or you get the word that rhymes with it. And because a lot of it's syllables, isn't it? It's the syllables with the words when you put together a song.
It's how you take the syllables of what the words you've written and how you can see the melody play out, right? So it's, and I've written a lot of songs. On my own, I've written hundreds of songs over the years.
Nice. I'll
Some
have
of
to
them
hear.
good.
Can we listen to them anywhere? Or no? Or you keep it to
Well,
yourself?
unfortunately, a lot of them got disappeared. All I have left of them is on my phone because I had a Facebook, right? And I used to post all of my songs, but I deleted my Facebook and totally in kind of a spur of the moment thing because I was just done with Facebook.
Yeah, I got rid of it like 4 years ago. It was all about politics, and it just didn't seem real. I got rid of mine 4 years ago. Facebook.
Yeah, so that's why really I lost a lot of my music because it's not that I don't still have a lot of it because I have a lot of like the original recordings on my phone, like the raw original recordings.
Okay.
But
Yeah. But do you still perform? Do you still sing? Are you still in a band, or you just do it for
no,
fun?
I don't do it right. I don't do it right now because I actually don't have a guitar anymore right now. I don't have I sold all of my music equipment back a few
Right.
years ago. And
Yeah.
so I'm actually very rusty when it comes to music. I probably need to. My voice is going because I don't use it enough. And
You do with your live streams. We're talking for 2 or 3 hours like we do.
yeah, well, that's the thing is today I tried singing something and nothing came out. It was like air, and that's not like me. My voice used to be pretty strong, right? But
Yeah. A lot
I've
of it's
lost.
like you said, it's training, it's your lung capacity, it's repetition. It's completely different, isn't it? Speaking and singing, like getting the
Yeah,
certain notes that you reach and all of that.
so I'm pretty bummed about that actually because last couple days I've tried to sing and what I was trying to do, I was trying to take some of these AI songs that they spit out to me. I was trying to sing them. I was trying to sing the melody, which doesn't sound too hard, but my voice was just not strong anymore. I realized how much I've neglected my voice.
Yeah, if it's like when you neglect your body, do you know what I mean? You don't work out, or you don't train. Eventually,
Right.
like, whoa, I'm aching now. Whoa, I'm not running as quick as I used to. It's normal. Do you know what I mean? It's the same with your voice. You just got to
Right.
train. Like if we stopped coding for a few years, we'd be a little bit rusty. We'd eventually get it back, but it's like doing what we do. It's every day, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
it's relentless. You don't get a break doing this. I've done this 5 years straight without a day off, and it's a lot, especially in 2025 because everything's being revealed. So every day you've got about 6 or 7 major events, and I code all the sports. Do you know what I mean? It's relentless.
And the thing is, it's people are becoming desensitized to it. It's no longer like as mind blowing and as new and fresh as it used to be, right?
I
It's
agree with that. Yeah.
like I can share a code on here now, and I can tell that my subscribers are they've seen me present so many mind blowing codes that they're like, okay, Cody, you're just presenting another mind blowing code, which we agree that it's mind blowing, but now it's like, okay, well,
Have you ever had the album? Like one of my favorite albums is Hot Fuss by the Killers, right? I was a huge Killers fan. And every song for me on the album was a banger. And I think I took it for granted at times.
right.
I remember I used to like Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park as well, like back in my emo days for about 6 months. So, sometimes, don't you, like the album's so good that it's just another banger. And then the next one, I expect it to be a banger. I think with the streams that we do, like, I always feel like I can't do any more. And then I'll find something like what we're doing here. You're like, can I really do much more and reveal much more? And you're like, whoa, well, yes, I can. Yes, we can. Look what we've just shown. But it's like you've got, again, going back to the band, you know how the up and coming bands, they have a really loyal following, right?
Right.
And there's like 100 people and they'll watch you and they'll buy your merchandise and they'll support you and they'll tip you and they'll want photos, all of that with a band. And you're watching them and there'll be people in the chat with you and I thinking, how do these guys not have millions of followers? And it's like when these fans watch these indie bands going, wait, they're better than the Killers. They're better than Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, why are they not performing at Glastonbury? You know what I mean? They have all the tools. How come there's only 100 people watching them? And it is interesting, isn't it? You'll go watch, like I watched a lot of semi-professional sport. And I'm like, these athletes are better than a lot of these pros. Why are they not pros? we'll never know, I don't think. But
yeah, is it, could we say that it's just like it's God's will, like what he like
it's a
there
tough one, isn't it? Because like there's that huge debate between God's will and free will. It's an amazing debate to discuss, because I think I always say God's will prevail. But I also believe we have free will. But there's also occasions in there in your life where you're like, nah, was that free will? So my birthday, I was born on my father's birthday, his 31st birthday, the 11th prime, my favorite number, his house number, my football jersey number, all of that. But I was born on 14/4, which is 12 times 12. And I grew up in 12 Belmont Crescent. And I remember the door being red. And that number heavily connects to Adam from the Bible. And it's like things like that. I'm like, wait, nobody planned that. Like this, nobody planned other than God, like the day I came into the world, because he knows everything about us, God, doesn't he? And I was just thinking, like, the connections I have, like the Father and the Son. And I always talk about the Father and the Son in the Bible. I'm born on my father's birthday. Like, my favorite number is 11, and I never knew why. Why Adam? Why 11, Adam? I don't know. Well, now I know I'm born on my dad's 31st birthday, the 11th prime number. And I just find it, I find it beautiful, those connections. But I also do believe you have free will. I believe this live stream today, I wholeheartedly believe this, that you organically came in my stream because you were free and you came across it. And you asked me to come on your show. I said yes. I believe that was all organic. I really do believe that was organic. I don't believe everything has already been pre-planned by God. There's a big difference between God knowing everything and God controlling everything. Because he gave us free will. Because if he didn't give us free will, he's a liar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because,
I mean,
and he's not a liar. He's never lied.
The thing about it is, like, it's such a hard topic. You're right, because there's times, and this happens to me all the time, where I don't even know why I thought to come on your stream tonight, or what even pushed me to do that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I see you a few times, not often.
I think like a push. Sometimes there's just like a still, maybe it's the still soft voice, right? Maybe it's just the very thing in the background of your conscious, of your mind, where God comes in and says, "Hey, oh wait, Adam's live. Go on there," and then just maybe it's but again, the overarching theme of this world is being governed by God's will. So, are we not just is our free will really just God putting us in the position to make the choice that he knows that we can make? For instance, God knew today that I was going to make, he put all the pieces into place, right? He put you on your live stream. You chose to be there, but he led you to that for that moment, that time. And then he led me to that moment. And then he allows that little space for us to be free to choose to do what he knows we are destined to do, or what, that because he knows the hearts, right? So that there's this little push that he has to give us, but he knows that once he gets us there, just like that verse in the Bible where it says, God doesn't give you more than what he knows you can handle, right?
Yeah, exactly. And he guides you. He guides your steps, but you walk them. He guides them.
Right. So it's like it's a very subtle difference between free will and not free will. It's so subtle that you can barely see it, I think.
So video games, right? I don't really play them, but we're all aware of video games. Have you ever played a video game where, like, you get to a point where, like, you're offered 3 options?
Right, yeah.
It's like you can go left, right, or straight ahead, and it gives you the options, and you get to choose. But you didn't choose the 3 options. Do you understand where I'm going there?
Yeah.
So you've got the left, right, and straight forward. Okay, they're the three options you've been given. Let's say God's given you those three options. Then your free will says left, right, or straight ahead. That's how I see it. So when you contacted me, I could have said no. It could have just been, oh no, I've got to go coach. It could have been, you even asked me today or tomorrow, didn't you? And I said, let's do now. You could have said to me, well, I haven't really researched this, Adam. Give me 24 hours. But you're like, you know what? You trusted me, didn't you? I trusted you. We know our minds and we know our gifts from God. So we were like, let's just go. Do you know what I mean? We just said, let's go. We trusted the gift that God's given us. We could have been egotistical and go, no, I need to study 24 hours. I need to look great for my audience. We're like, no, we've got this. He's got us. Another quick connection with like, God created Adam on the 6th day, yeah?
Right.
My birth is 14/4 and 6 days is 144 hours.
Oh, wow.
And now I live in Mexico where the dialing code where I live is +624 and 6 times 24 is 144.
Huh. That's wild, man.
So stuff like that, it's like nobody other than God has allowed for that. And that's not just, Adam, you have a gifted mind. You can make these great connections. You can find whatever you want. That's kind of bothersome to me sometimes.
Oh, wow.
There's a certain truth to it, but there's levels to this, isn't there, Cody? And the illusion's 144, isn't it? The illusion's 144, my name, before I even knew gematria. It's when I wrote a book called The Illusion.
Dude, we just witnessed divine.
What just happened? I'm seeing the 144s on your screen.
Yeah, but you don't understand what just happened. Like,
no,
you were just talking about that number, and I just went to the gematria calculator to type in something, right? Yeah, but this is what the last thing I typed in.
And what?
But why did I type that in? Why did
Cody
I type
Rhodes,
those?
Wasn't it Cody Rhodes gematria?
Cody equals those numbers.
What? And it's no way, mate.
That's the 4 base
cipher. Didn't I? I told you that Cody.
Are you guys seeing this in the chat?
Cody has the angel wing tattoo on his neck, and 144,000 angels are sealed. Bro, I can't believe that.
But that's not even it. What I was gonna show you was this.
What the heck?
Hold on. Look at what Cody equals. Oh, wait. Maybe that okay. What was I going to show? I don't even remember what I was going to show you, but I don't even remember. But all I know is that Cody, if you add up all these ciphers, the 4 base ciphers, it equals 144. So that was exactly what God was leading you to talk about at that moment. Like,
well, God just revealed himself to the whole chat there without being dramatic. He just revealed himself to the chat.
Yeah, I hope people in the chat just realize what they witnessed, because
I'm trying to process it, bro. I finally just processed it. Yeah, so the 47, 20, 61, 16 code, it gets you 144 when you add up the 4, yeah?
Yeah.
Nah, come on, bro. That is special, mate. That is something else, isn't it?
Yeah, and you were just talking about that number because that's the number that
No way, mate.
And this whole stream was originally about, when I talked to you about coming on here, I mentioned Cody, right? That was the one thing I mentioned, right?
Yeah. And you connect him to royalty and the king. And isn't 14 times 4 56? The day Charles was coronated, I'm pretty sure 14 times 4 is 56. And that's when King Charles was coronated, 5-6.
Yeah, it would be 14 times.
I think it's 56.
It should be, yeah.
What the heck? And that's when King Charles was coronated, mate.
Yeah, and don't forget time equals 144 in Jewish gematria.
Yeah, and there's 144,000 minutes in a day, is it?
But look at this. Look at time and look at Cody.
What? And I always talk about the end times.
Only one cipher off from time and Cody.
No,
And that's why Cody Rhodes is born 3 days after or before Back to the Future came out.
No, it's 1,440 minutes in a day is what it is.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's a huge time number, 144.
Oh my goodness, mate.
And again, Cody Rhodes, Cody, is born 3 days before Back to the Future release.
He was?
Yeah, because he's born in 85, right? And Back to the Future released on July 3rd, 1985. So 3 days.
So okay, he won that thing in Saudi Arabia 3 days before the election. He's just won the King of the Ring a span of 3 days before his birthday. And he was born, what, 3 days?
Before Back to the Future.
So he's 3, isn't he?
And if you've been following me, Rambo, and AJ's decodes, Rambo and me and AJ have been on Back to the Future all over that right now. There's huge themes. Back to the Future has been all over this stuff. And
I've coded the Back to the Future. Like,
did you see Rambo's decode about the Panthers and the Miller and the man? Rambo is killing it over there on these Back to the Future stuff. Like, it's crazy.
Rambo and I speak every so often, and he's remarkable at what he does.
Yeah.
With his connections. Wow, mate! Like, I'm blown away by that 144. That is.
Me too, man. Me too. That was because you were talking about that, and I just randomly went.
I wasn't even looking at your screen.
I know you weren't. I wasn't either. I didn't even have that on the screen. I was on a different screen, and I just went to the gematria calculator because I was going to type something in. And that was the last thing that I had typed in was the 144.
And your name, is that how you spell your actual name, Cody, or is it a different spelling? Or is it K-O-D?
No, that's how it's spelled. Exactly the same.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and you know what's crazy?
Think about this. Crazy how I always say you and I have like the same mind.
Right.
Like how often we do similar work. And it's like now it's kind of making sense, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just realized something. I changed my name for the channel to K instead of C. What's KC?
Oh my word, yeah, the King Charles and the.
I did that in the beginning for no reason. I didn't know why I did that. I just thought it looked cooler.
People are going to call you a Crowley worshipper because he changed the magic from a C to a K, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
People will find anything, but the 14-4 as well. Isn't that when the Titanic sank?
Yep, and Abraham Lincoln was shot. Yep.
Oh, come on.
Man, I think that's a good plan. I don't even know if I can really say much else now.
No, I think it's got to be done after that, hasn't it? Like, yeah, guys. Thank you, Cody. Just, do you know what I mean? Like, Cody, it's like probably 500 bits of gold we just given the stream there. And sometimes I forget, and I think you'll do it the same. You forget what you say, don't you?
Well, you know how many topics that we could continue expanding on right now? We have so many stuff we could continue talking about, but I think we should pick this up for a part 2 or something.
I was just looking. I don't know if that image is still up right before we go. You see how it says crown jewel?
Yeah.
So you see how jewel has Jew in it, and L translates to God?
Yeah.
God of the Jews. Jewel, the crown, Jesus, the King of Kings.
Oh, that's crazy.
Look how the King of Kings is like holding up Cody.
And look, he's right in between the King of Kings and like this Saudi. I don't even know who that is.
It'd be a Saudi prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jewel, the king of the God of the Jews, the King of the Jews, Jewel. Oh, bro. Yeah. Okay. It's just, I don't know if Cody has any idea what's going on, or if it's a fallen angel, or it's just like you and I doing this thing. We don't really know, but let's just keep showing people how profound this all is.
And you see the black and white symbolism there too?
The what?
In that picture, how Triple H is wearing black and the other guy's wearing white. It's like black and white.
That. Is that Stephanie behind them clapping? Who's that clapping? In the all black?
I think that's an Arab woman. I don't know who that is though. Yeah. She's wearing whatever they call those. Her head's covered and she's wearing all black.
Yeah, I forgot what they call them. I should not. A burqa? No, it's not a burqa, is it? I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, and the purple background, like you said, with the royalty. Crazy, mate. What a great stream. Thank you. I'm glad this happened. And we always say it, we should do them more, but we'll just go with it. I watch some of your stuff you do with Rambo and with AJ. I'm really close with AJ. Rambo, I really respect. I just hope he comes to the truth of the gospel. But he does amazing work. Like, he reveals crazy connections that nobody else can. Maybe again one day I'll jump on that one with you all. I don't know. I know AJ will want me on. Yeah, guys, can you tell everyone to subscribe to AJ's YouTube? He's trying to build it.
Let me just bring up his YouTube before we sign off.
Yeah, because he's just starting out, and the hardest thing with YouTube is getting that first couple of thousand. Now I know I'm just not going to come. Let me check if anyone subscribed to my channel here. I'll tell you, I'll be honest. So since we did this stream, right, it's telling me, so I'm on 12,968. So I've gone up 14. Oh my word, 14.
Wow.
Right? I'm going to screenshot it. I bet you anything tomorrow, I lose like 20 of those subs. I'll show you. I've just screenshotted it. 2:03 p.m., 12,968. I should easily reach 13,000 after this stream with you having 10,500. Have you noticed you have 10.5 and we just had the 105th NFL season, and 105 is the 14th triangular number?
Yeah, and then I've been stuck in that for a bit now because.
Yeah, you got that 14th triangular number to come off, mate. Oh my word, he's got 41 videos, bro. After all our 41s, you can't make this stuff up. He's got 41 videos. Ball don't lie.
Yeah. Right now, right now everyone's views and likes are down. I'm down right now. I mean, like I said, my views have dropped off a lot lately. So I hope we get some people coming back, but
I went from 5,000 average to 400, and I have more subs than I've ever had. So that's not like losing. That's not 5,000 to 4,000. It's 5,000 people watching to 400. Do you get me? That's not like losing a couple of hundred. That's how outrageous it has become. My Twitter, 16,000. I average 2 likes on a post.
Yeah, Twitter is absolutely ridiculous.
It's a disgrace, is that platform. Elon Musk, absolute muppet, is what he is. I mean, Elon means judge in Hebrew.
Yeah, he's got the L in his name too, right?
Yeah, he's got the L for God, Elohim.
But like you said though, that platform, I post every once in a while, but as soon as I post, I'm like, man, this is not even worth my time.
It feels like a waste of time posting, doesn't it? It's like, why am I even doing this?
Yeah.
But we never know, bro. People might see it. It just doesn't show it. Do you know what I mean? There's probably a load of people leaving comments now that the comments are not going through. Have you ever had that where people go, Cody, why are you deleting all my comments? It's like, I didn't even know you left.
Happens to me every day.
Yeah. People attack you. It's like, bro, I didn't even know you left the comment. Why are you scared to respond to my comment? I don't see one. I'm definitely not afraid to respond.
YouTube knows what they're doing too. They'll delete the comment that's info that people are sharing, and then they'll let you see the comment where the person says, "Why'd you delete my comment?" And then it starts you drama. You know,
it is all about drama, and I stay far away from that. I don't have anything to do with drama anymore, and it's difficult in this world, isn't it, to stay away from drama? But I keep myself to myself. I'll do a stream with somebody like you who I trust. But I don't want to go back and forth with 1,000 streamers and prove myself to anybody anymore, because the drama is what the demons feed off. Yeah. And WWE don't get much more dramatic than that. Does it even look at politics, how dramatic it is? Like the demons, they thrive off drama and energy.
Yeah.
They don't want peace, but they'll claim it. They'll claim peace when there is no peace. But bro, thank you. Thanks to everyone in your chat. And give your life to guys, whilst you still can. And that's the key. The rest is what it is. That's
amen. And thank you so much for coming on. And again, we need to do this more regularly.
Yeah.
Sure, I think that, raise your hands in the chat, guys, if you enjoyed this. Want to see some if you guys really, I'm sure they enjoyed it. I know they did, but I think that I'd also like to get Joseph on with us in a 3-man. I wish we could do it would be cool to do a 3-man weekly show with me, you, and Joseph.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Yeah, the Trinity.
I mean, I know it sounds crazy. I know Joseph doesn't often come on other people's channels, but I think once a week, a 3-person show with us 3 would be fun, and just people would like it. So
yeah, we'll try it and find out.
Because I'm already doing that Tuesday show with Rambo and Ball Don't Lie, but maybe I should set up another time slot. I mean, we can think about that. I don't know if Joseph likes that, but
you have a chat with him. Have a chat with Joseph and see what he thinks. And maybe Joseph wants to have a particular topic, or maybe he just wants to flow with it. Maybe we can talk about our craziest discoveries over the last 5-10 years, whatever it's been, and we just break down all sorts of stuff. Or maybe we need a specific theme. I don't know, but I can just talk, bro. I don't need, do you know what I mean? You can just say, Adam, tomorrow stream. Okay. What's it about? I don't care. I'll go. That's kind of how I work, but that's not everybody. I get why people like Rambo. He plans, man. And he's articulate with it all. And it has to be perfect. My brother, do you know who Chuck is? I do streams with Chuck. He don't have
I've seen you.
He's amazing, but Chuck will have it. It has to be bang on. You know what I mean? He says it might take him months to do a code, but you and I were putting them out daily, Joseph, daily. And
I'm kind of in between because I am very particular, but I have like, I don't want to take months on a decode because things are happening so fast.
Yeah.
I will just get so behind, you know.
It's Operation Warp Speed, isn't it? Pretty much since Operation Warp Speed came about with Trump, the days have been flying by. But and
I just don't have enough. I don't want to get behind because when you're following all these codes, you got to also stay up to date, you know. So to get.
Well, I woke up today. At 6 a.m. I feel like I've been awake 30 minutes and it's 2:10. Like I've already 8 hours of my day's gone.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out for this. So.
Oh no! I don't mean it in any negative way, but it's like I'm more than halfway through my day again. It's just incredible how quick things are going. Like we're about to go into July, mate.
That is wild.
No way are we about to go in July. I've never known anything like it. But yeah, again, thank you, Cody. You know my email address. Just drop me an email whenever you want. We're on Instagram with each other. We don't really go on it, but if that's easier, we can reach out there. And
I sent you a message on Twitter earlier also.
You messaged me on Twitter?
Yeah. But that was before, because I was trying to figure out a way to get you the link for the stream. So I just thought.
I've just seen it now. Yeah, I've just seen it now.
But I mean, Joseph.
You put it in the chat, don't you? You just put that link in the chat, don't you?
Yeah, Joseph said that in reference to our possible stream weekly stream. Yeah. He said maybe soon, but he's feeling really worn down lately. So
tell me about it. Yeah,
but Joseph, maybe this will help you feel a little less worn down.
And you trust me, Joseph. A lot of us are going through it right now, but tells us to stay strong, hold fast.
I mean, even I'm going through it right now, and to be honest with you, I'm not somebody that gets easily worn down. Like I'm not a very worn down person. If you can tell, my personality is very like.
You're probably the most chilled person I've ever come across in my 39 years of life. Like just smooth. It's like a smooth wave, and it's like, yeah, you should read like bedtime stories, like what Morgan Freeman does.
Over the years, I've become a very chill person. I wasn't always like that.
You wasn't? You used to be a wild child, or just?
Well, I wasn't a wild child at all. I didn't get into any trouble, but I was also very uptight. I was very
Okay.
Over the years, I became very like. I still have my times, of course. Everyone does, but God has really helped me with this. I have a lot of peace. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you have peace that you can't find in the world. And I'll leave you with this. Somebody gave me a really good statement about a year ago. You know, you and I will work ourselves actually sick. I've worked myself sick doing this. Like,
yeah, me
to
too.
the point of like, if you're talking about a battery, I put myself down to 1% to put out this work. Too many times, too many sleepless nights doing this. But somebody told me, they said, Adam, even God rested.
Yeah.
He rested on the seventh day, and we're supposed to rest in him. So I've got a little bit better. Like now I'm going to go for a swim. I'm going to go swim and read the Bible. I'm going to go rest. I'm not going to look at a screen now for the next couple of hours. But yeah.
That's a good idea, man.
Yeah. Because the issue is you've got this urgency to shine light in the darkness and preach the truth. You got this urgency and desire, but you can't do it well when you're sick and exhausted.
And that's the thing too, is with what we do is our minds are always rolling, right?
Yeah.
And just one thought about one idea or one number or one code can lead us to the idea that, well, oh my gosh, I got to go get this right now. I got to go look into this right now. I got to go, find this connection right now. I got to go get this right now,
You're kind of worried you're going to forget, and like you get in a zone, don't you? And you don't want to get out of it. And I've had it. I've been just chilling by the pool, and a thought comes into my head, and I run to my apartment, and I write it down, and I start coding. It's like, oh my word, I was only at the pool like 5 minutes, and now I'm back in doing this to get a video that has 200 views. Do you know what I mean?
It's hard to balance yourself when you have such a passion for what you do,
Yeah.
But there needs to be a balance, right? We know that. So that's why I do take my time for myself. And like the last few days, I really haven't coded much. So it's really just important to, especially with how much time it takes me to build my slides and stuff. It's really important for me to have my breaks. And hopefully the viewers still enjoy when I don't have my perfectly built slides and it's laid out for them to see. Because
bro, it's the look at I've said this. Look at the state of my background. Look at the state of my thumbnails. It's the information that I think is the most important. But like what we do is mental gymnastics, and what do gymnasts need? Balance.
Yeah.
Balance. But when you're watching, when we watch a movie, for example, you have no idea how much work that went into that movie when you're watching it for 90 minutes. Or even when you're watching a band, you're not thinking about all the years on the road, the songs that they wrote, the ups and downs. You're hearing the 30-minute playlist. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
Same with these streams. Like the work that goes into them is astronomical. But people just think it just comes to us. But again,
these riddles are not always. Some of the riddles that we find are like in your face, easy to find, fast. But some of them takes a lot of thought, and you have to have a lot of the puzzle pieces already together in your mind to make some of these connections. How many puzzle pieces do you already have in your mind that helps you make these codes? Because it's like with this Cody Rhodes thing right now. I have a lot of pieces of Cody Rhodes and the King stuff in my mind, but there's still pieces I'm missing to understand this connection. I know there's more with this Saudi Arabia thing, right? And
we'll get to the bottom of that, because Trump was just hailed in Saudi Arabia, surrounded by white horses. He was in his beast car, and we knew something with Saudi Arabia when all the footballers, Ronaldo and Benzema, they all went out there. So God is wanting our eyes and Satan. That's again, sometimes you're like, oh, which one is it? But I know God's in control. He wants our focus on the Middle East, doesn't he? The World Cup, bro, the most watched sporting event, more than the Olympics. They had to put it in the Middle East. All the media is about the Middle East.
Yeah.
So when you go to scripture, it all goes back to where? The Middle East, doesn't it? The beginning and the end. Like the end times is the Middle East. So the world's eyes are there for a reason. And God or Satan knows that the world loves what? Entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of focus on that particular. It might not necessarily just be Saudi Arabia, because the World Cup was Qatar, wasn't it? It's just the Middle East.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It might not necessarily be Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, and I think that's something I'll probably have time to look more into. But tomorrow I'm going to be releasing a video about July and some stuff I found with some pretty crazy connections with what people have been saying about this month of July. So I don't know. Again, it's something that I kind of want to put out tomorrow, the last video of the month before July starts. So yeah, we'll see. But I won't keep any longer, man. I think it's good time.
I'm gonna cruise off now, mate. But thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you to everyone in the chat also who stuck around for this whole time. And 2 hours and 30 minutes, man. That was a good 2 hour 30 minutes.
And bro, we're about to end the live stream right now when you have 105 likes and 10.5 thousand subs. The 14th try. Come on.
Yeah, going back to the 14s again. 1441s, right? The reverse, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on the 14th day of the month. It's just yeah, incredible stuff, mate. Well, take care. We'll do this soon and enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Thank you to all of them as well.
Much love. God bless, and God bless to everyone in the chat. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.